What's up, guys? Welcome back. All right. So we are getting into week 5 of the Inkosi Super Cup, and of course, it's going to be pretty spicy with quite a few teams that are again registering for this week. So we got 4 lobbies competing to make it up into that final zone. So, Patchy, anything that you're looking forward to at the current moment? Any expectations?
I mean, I'm expecting that the teams will put some good work in. You know, this is like the proving ground. It's where the teams build up their strength, build up their skills, practice, get better, and all that fun stuff. So I'm expecting the teams to, put a little bit of work in, and we'll see if that's the case. I mean, last week we saw some interesting stuff coming out here. It looks like we've got a whole bunch of different teams in the lobby this time around, though, which is good to see. I don't exactly know who I'm going to keep my eye on, to be completely honest with you. Maybe not gaming. Maybe Apex. I'm not 100% sure. We've seen a couple of teams do pretty well, but I think I'm going to go in with an open mind and just see who's going to make it out of the group stage. As you can see there on your screen, group match going to be the first one that's happening tonight. And then, of course, the 3 final matches come in a bit later. So yeah, I'm just keen to see who makes it up into the finals.
Yeah, and then of course once they get into the finals, there is of course a lovely prize pool at stake here as well. So as you can see, the grand total for the Inkosi Super Cup, of course, being $840. So that's $105 a week. So the first place team gets $45. The team that finishes in second place, $30, and then of course third and fourth place each earning themselves a lovely $15. So pretty decent prize pool that we've got there. A nice little reward for participating in the games, and of course managing to place into a good position at the end of the games here for today. So yeah, I'm quite keen to see what is going to be happening. And of course, as we mentioned, well, as you saw on the schedule as well, we've got our first round right up now, and then right after that we got 3 games coming once we see who makes it up into that last stage. And of course, speaking of which, let's jump on into the match and see what we got cooking. All right, so there we go, there we have it. You can see the teams already now, well, heading off on that play, heading up all the way from Lipovka and heading straight over towards Primorsk, over towards that western side. So fairly decent flight path to start it off for the teams here.
Yeah, it's going to give them a little bit of choice, but obviously if they want to go a little bit more north, it'll be slightly more difficult. But I don't think that's much of an obstacle. At least, the higher up you go, it becomes less of an obstacle. At this sort of level, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe a lot of these teams are not so comfortable when they get taken some of the spots away. Potentially George. I think that's one of the biggest ones where we see a lot of teams going up towards north and south of George is a big one. And I think if the teams don't really have those secondary drop points, it could certainly be a little bit uncomfortable. But I think that the majority of these teams should, be having at least 2 or 3 places where they're okay with dropping. So it shouldn't be too much of a blow. Everyone should be able to get down and get themselves ready for what is coming. We'll see if any of the teams head on over to that island. Always keep my eye out for that. But I guess we'll just see where that zone goes.
Yeah, and of course the teams that we got in this first lobby is the players there from Royal Demo X over in slot 5. We've got the players from the Sabaweli Kittens. We got Hawk. We got the Young Thundercats. We've got Elite FX. We've got Alpha Pack. We've got Insidious Gaming. We've got Force 4. We've got Unsullied Army. We've got the players from ESP Esports as well. We've got Not Gaming, 300 Spartans. We've got Active Gaming, Intimidators, Genesis Esports, God Gaming, Arkham, and then of course the players there from the Sabaweli clan. As you can see, already starting the match off, a few hits already coming in right there. The team there from Active Gaming already stepping it up and putting in those first few shots. And also then of course right up here in our Rozhok area, we've got the teams also getting pretty close. Oh, the shot already starting to fly up here from the Sabaweli clan. Yeah, well, if you've got the right one, you could actually do it.
Well, didn't really work out, but there it is. Most interesting thing I think is the that zone sitting up there and towards the north. Quite an interesting one. It's going to be up a little bit of water there. It's shooting range. It's Rozhok. I'm interested to see what happens with this because a lot of teams are down towards the south, so it's a little bit of a spread out situation. But the fact is, we've already seen a couple of engagements, and I'm hoping that we see a few more of those before the teams actually think about rotating. Because now, if you think about it, now is actually the best time to move around and get a couple of early kills. And if you feel like you're quick enough on the draw, you've got your guns, you can actually start to pull the trigger right now because the zone is still far away. It's going to take a long time. You still have plenty of room to maneuver here.
Yeah. And we're seeing actually quite a few shots now getting flung over towards the players here from Not Gaming. So interesting start, but of course they've gone for a very different kind of approach. You can see Not Gaming now making that rotation over towards the Sosnovka military island, which is interesting because we just saw them getting confronted there by the players coming in from God Gaming. So losing 2 of their players and the remainder of the squad now, rather rotating down onto that military island, which at the current moment is not particularly in zone. We of course have that zone sitting all the way up in the north.
Yeah, actually most of that zone is just completely unoccupied. I mean, the entire top portion of the mainland, I mean, look at that, it's just completely unoccupied. Maybe Elite could be said to be on that side, but I mean, I'd argue that the entire northern portion is just completely unoccupied. The majority of the team is going to be down towards the south. I'm assuming that's where all the fights are going to be. But if the zone decides to go up north again, then we might see a few fights just get forced out because of the rotate. But once again, I'm hoping that we see a continuation of these early fights just so that during the rotations, during the mid-game, we don't really have to worry about too much of that because we see a lot of teams, falling prey to that particular problem when they're not taking early fights and then they go out during those rotational phases. So, yeah, I just want to see some fights continue happening.
Yeah, we'll definitely see how this match then, of course, progresses. And, well, the teams are surprisingly sitting all the way down towards the southern half of the current zone. So we haven't really seen any teams rotating up towards that northern portion just yet. So that's something that I'm looking forward to seeing, that, that whole area is so open. There's so much space there. And of course, everyone now trying to cram up into the southern portion of the zone. Yeah, I think it'd be a wiser decision to maybe rotate up in towards the north. Just a little bit of better positioning. And then, of course, as you mentioned, if the zone keeps going north again, we might have that inclusion of the water part coming in as well, and that might start limiting the playable area for the teams and really start forcing them closer together. So, yeah, I'm curious to see what is going to happen and how these teams are going to play this one.
Yeah, I certainly hope that either way we're going to see fights get forced out, whether it be of the team's own volition or whether it be because of that zone movement. I certainly hope that we just see a lot of fights to happen because really ultimately that's what it's going to come down to. With 14 teams on the lobby, generally this early game goes quite slow. Mostly, even if we see a couple of fights, generally you don't see much more than that because, there's so much open space. The teams are quite happy to just sit safe and sound in their compounds, but that also leads to some very chaotic finishes, which can be entertaining. But, I mean, if these teams really want to prove themselves now, they've got to start thinking about what they want to do, right now already. They want to start thinking about where they want to be, where they want to go. And if there are any teams nearby, maybe, putting some hits in towards them just to either soften them up or maybe even get a few kills.
Yeah, we'll definitely see how the teams approach this. But of course, as you can see, slowly but surely, the teams are starting to make those rotations, heading on up in towards the zone. So I'm curious to see where it is that these teams are going to be moving up into. And in fact, now the players there from 300 Spartans, they actually have decided to rotate up in towards Severny. So that's a really good decision that they've made there because, I mean, it's wide open. There's no one there to contest that position. And of course, we've got the remainder of the lobby now just trying to squeeze on in. And, well, as you can see, of course, that blue zone should start closing in momentarily. So the teams, they're going to have to start acting pretty soon. In fact, the blue zone is already closing in. So, yeah, I'm hoping to see, a little bit of that fighting force coming to the forefront here. Because the teams are really hella spread out. But of course, I think we only start seeing some major engagements only happening 2 zones from now, more or less.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Well, I'd have to agree with you on that one. That's definitely most likely what we're going to be seeing. And I also agree with you on the fact that the 300 team making their way up to Severny is probably the smartest move we've seen on the map so far. Because, you could sort of guess at the fact that there's no one up there simply because the zone, the flight path specifically took everyone down to the south, right? So for a fact that no one's going to be in the north immediately unless you see someone dropping in your direction and running up with you, which is unlikely. So you know, that rotation there was a really good one, a really well made one. You know, they've gotten pretty much this entire top spot to themselves, and unless all the rest of the teams decide to somehow rotate up into Zavoni, which once again is slightly unlikely, then you know, they've pretty much got that spot set up for them, and they don't need to you know, go from house to house being like all sitting and trying to survive or whatever. They're fine up there for pretty much the time being. You know, it's literally just down here in the south. We've got all of these teams clumped up that sort of have to start worrying about things as the zone starts moving up, because I have a feeling that we might just see Savoni in the next zone, which in that case, then it'll be the rest of the teams who are going to be fighting it out, and the 300 team will just be sitting there like, yeah, we out here, we're fine, all Gucci.
Yeah, we'll definitely see how this goes, but of course, you know, we'll see what is going to happen as the teams start making their way around. There's as we've mentioned before now, there's nothing crazy going on just yet in this match, but we might maybe actually see the players here, of course, from Elite FX. They're slowly but surely moving up in towards Yasnaya, where we have the team right up ahead of them, that being the players from Genesis Esports. So I'm curious to see whether or not they're going to try and move in, and if they spot the opposing team, whether or not they're going to take that engagement, or, you know, what's going to happen with that confrontation, because as we've seen, nothing crazy, nothing major really happening just yet. So patiently waiting, trying to see what the teams are going to be doing. And of course, you know, everyone's still getting their rotations done. But strangely enough, we still have a few teams that have not rotated in towards zone just yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, the zone just shifted up pretty much slap bang in the middle. Nothing crazy. As I mentioned, Savoni was going to be in there, and it was. There it is. 300 Spartan sitting quite happily with their zone, still comfortable. Down in the south is really where the action seems to be slowly brewing, and I mean emphasis on slowly at this point, because we do see some teams relatively close by. But whether or not they decide to pull the trigger is another matter entirely. I certainly hope that they do. You could see some of this God Squad over here just across the way from a team, but it looks like they might just be pulling out as well, which is unfortunate, because I really want to see someone kick things off. You know, these teams are waiting for everything to be a lot closer, which is understandable, but at this stage, all of the teams are in relative close proximity. So you could pretty much say that these teams should know where most of the teams around them are. And with that information, these teams could potentially get a free team knock plus kills, right? And that's the kind of stuff that you need to make your way on up. You know, I don't want to see a group stage lobby that gets its top, you know, teams from, you know, just sort of throwing the dice and randomizing whatever it is. You know, I want to see these teams start to sort things out, you know, strategically, because that was the big sort of change that we see, you know, moving on up to the top. And that's basically ultimately the goal here for Inkosi, is to produce players that are, you know, trying to move up into the next league, into Umzansi. And I want to see that sort of mindset start to form in a lot of these teams here as they progress through the season.
Well, we definitely have a few engagements already starting to fly across here from the team. You know, they're putting those hits in over towards the young Thundercats off in the distance. So, well, a pretty good positioning that they had there. Unfortunately, they didn't manage to get any of those critical hits in. But of course, as we jump up over here to the players from Sabaweli clan, we can see they've got a little bit of company right here with them as well. That, of course, being the players from Insidious Gaming. So here we go. Sabaweli now starting to push in, rushing in towards the players here from Insidious. There's two of them. Make that one. Ooh, Henry is the last hopeful. Tries to put the shots in. Actually lands some of them. Ooh, let's see, will he be able to clutch it out? No, down goes Henry. So our first team getting sent back to the lobby, of course, being the team there from Insidious Gaming. So we'll see how this goes. Slowly but surely the numbers are starting to drop, which is a good thing, which is expected. But of course now, I'm curious to see where the teams are going to rotate up in towards this next zone, because as you can see at the current moment, we have that zone with the water running straight through the central part of it. Still waiting to see what is going to happen over in Yasnaya. We've got those two teams still positioned there. That, of course, being the players from Genesis as well as Elite FX. So, yeah, it seems like Elite is definitely on the way. They're moving up towards somewhere. And, of course, now we've got the players over here. This being the team from the Intimidators. So, Yeah, they've got the players just off in the distance, Sabawili, that we just saw taking out the team there from Insidia. So now just waiting to see, are the Intimidators going to try and move up and potentially maybe intimidate them? Because Goku is the last player for his team though.
Yeah, well, zone moving up, it's headed towards the north, which is sure to start some fights, and certainly that's what I'm waiting for. You know, we got some shaved numbers, but I will not be satisfied until the map is bathed in blood, DK. That is the only thing that will satisfy me right now, and that's what I'm waiting for, and hopefully that's what we start to get, because of course now we're reaching in towards the mid-game. Things are looking a lot closer, a lot more tight. It's going to be less room to maneuver, and these teams will be forced to at the very least, put some hits in one another's direction just to keep one another at bay. Hopefully we'll see some shots going through. Hopefully we'll see some kills and maybe even a squad wipe or two as we head in towards the late game. Yeah, it looks like most of the teams are congregating down towards the south once again. Even the 300 Spartans actually moved out of Severny all the way down. They decided to join the fun down in the south. So we'll see if that works out for them, or if they just get taken out with the teams that are making their way on in, which should be joining them soon. It's actually going to be RDX that make their way up into the north this time around. So they're going for the nice open space. They're going to have some free rotational ability up there. We'll see who goes out next. I want blood, DK. I want blood.
Yeah, no, we all want blood. We want to see the action. All the teams now, well, it seems like they're all getting mobilized. Everyone's slowly but surely starting to head up into that zone. Well, that's what we're hoping for, but of course now you see the kittens here. They are just putting their heads in towards Sabaweli as Isinini just rolled up. And then, of course, well, here goes Snow just stepping up, putting that finish in right there with the first. So, well, slowly but surely the numbers are dropping. It's nothing crazy, but of course now the remainder of the Sabaweli clan, they're starting to row up in towards that zone as well. Are they going to try and push up towards the kittens? Or are they just going to try and find their way on off into that sunrise? Well, they're actually closing in on the players just up ahead of them, that being the unstudied army. A little bit of indecision actually just here.
Yeah, well, we'll see what the we will see what the end decision is. We'll see if they actually come to some sort of conclusion. At the moment, you can see 300 slowly getting pushed up, and here comes the right now. They're getting towards Force 4, and they will land. Nabil goes down. C4 looking for a couple of hits, looking for those spots, and actually Force 4 in a pretty bad position. If they try and leave, they are just going to be absolutely pinned down right now.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty crazy clutch plays coming from this particular spot as well. So, like exactly that. C4 sending that nade across. A beautiful nade coming in right there. And of course now the players here from Force 4 down to their last two hopefuls. But of course that is unless they can get that res in. So we've got a few shots still going down. Let's see, will they start closing in? And the players there from Active Gaming also now starting to close into the same position. So slowly but surely it's starting to heat up. The players are starting to put those shots in, which is fantastic to see. But of course now we're waiting for that conclusion, you know, whether or not the teams are going to be able to battle it out instead of having that happenstance, you know, situation be a thing here today. I'm looking for the teams to start playing, you know, to show us that they can play with some strategic moves, you know, instead of relying on the blue zone and the zone itself to force them closer together.
Yeah, 100% agree with you on that. I hope so, and for their sakes, definitely I hope so, because that zone moving up towards the north, you know, I said the zone was going to include Severny, and I was damn right about it. So right up there, sitting in the north, all the team's not going to be rushing straight on up, and Force 4 trying to clap back, trying to find some revenge, but will they find enough? A lot of damage being done, but not down just yet. Cronus looking for some hits, but 300 have managed to retreat for the time being, do some recuperation. But hopefully they pan this fight out, because right now they're looking for that blood, and that's what I want to see. I want to see the blood run through the streets. And well,
the zone's starting to look pretty good though. I mean, we just as a quick sneak peek there at the zone, we see two teams already moving up in towards central zone, but of course now we've got some more teams actually pretty close here as well, that of course being the players there from Unsullied Army. So I'm curious to see whether or not Unsullied's going to start pushing up in towards the zone itself, or are they going to try and hang around to maybe get some of those third-party shots going. Ooh, the Active Game is actually not getting hit by the blue zone. Ooh. Yeah, this is definitely starting to heat up. As you can see, all the teams now just rushing on up in towards that zone. Blue zone is on its way. So, well, hopefully the players here from 300 and Force 4 will conclude their fight or make that decision to roll on up in towards zone.
Yeah, well, certainly if the players don't give me the blood, the blue zone will certainly do that. And right now, of course, you can see that kill feed lighten up just a little bit as the teams are moving on up. Force 4 trying to put a couple of hits in as well. There's a couple of teams in the surrounding area, and actually, it looks like we've just seen one more team go back to the lobby, and it's certainly not the last because we still have 12 teams remaining, and only one of them can get that chicken.
Yeah, that of course coming in from the players there being the Sabueli Kittens. They just put those shots in. Getting a beautiful play, but of course now 12 teams remaining. Some more shots. 300 now starting to take that engagement with the players there from Force 4. But of course you can see here Elite FX now starting to turn up the heat on the players from the Royal Demo X squad. A lot of nades now moving up. Unfortunately for them, all those nades are just going into the building, which they've of course now just rotated out into. But oh, beautiful hit coming in on Jinx and Poseidon. So Neptune, now the last hope for. Let's see, will Typical rush on in and get that finishing blow? Oh, he's really trying. Down they go. Krish now the last player for the RDX team.
Oh, that was such a well-placed nade, and now Krish is just alone in the world with very little to do. And once again, taking a little bit of shelter inside this hut, but it's not going to give him much. And speaking of not much, we've also got a couple of hits coming in from, I think that was perhaps 300. Somebody put Force 4 out of their misery at least. And, well, certainly a couple of shots are now starting to fly at the very least. The zone's moving up as well. It's going to get a whole lot smaller, which is great. And the teams are now forced right into one another's crosshairs.
Yeah, we just saw the team there, of course, also now from 300. Oh, wow. The young Thundercats getting blown up, sent right back into the lobby. But of course, as I was mentioning, the team there from 300 just getting finished off by the blue zone, just devouring them. We are now left with 10 teams. And of course, the zone has shifted all the way over towards this eastern side. And the active gamers actually looking pretty good today.
Yeah, certainly seems that way. We'll see if they can. We'll see if they can keep up the act and, you know, make it happen. Still 10 teams remaining, so we've got our top 10. We've got 24 players left alive at the moment, and the zone has shifted towards the east, which seems to favor Krish from RDX, who is still hiding away over there towards his hut. We've got Elite, the Kittens as well, and Pablo just chilling up there and towards the north. We've got a couple of stragglers that do actually need to make their way in, and quite a few stragglers, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, we'll see how they played, and of course you can see on the screen at the moment quite a few teams still to come into zone. Look at the players there off in the distance, that of course being the team there from Not Gaming now just rushing up into zone. Unsullied getting hit in the rotate. And of course now the players here from Active Gaming also holding up their position. So many shots now flying up in all directions. So many teams in the surrounding area. We see the players there from the Sabaweli Kittens also now just coming in to position. Unsullied taking quite a bit of damage. And Tega now, of course, the last hopeful for his team there. And the players here from the Intimidators, Goku now trying to get that rotation, trying to move up on to the edge. Rolling in with a semi-flaming vehicle there. Ooh, up comes the blue zone. I don't think he's going to be able to get out of there. No, down he goes. The players from Not Gaming, of course, sending him right back into the lobby. And the team from the Sabueli Kids is actually taking quite a bit of damage, and down they go. Ooh, man, Ted Bundy coming in with the long-range hits.
Oh, long time no see. Our good old friend Bundy just out here again, making sure that the blood flows. Thank you, good sir. We appreciate it. And hopefully it won't be the last. 7 teams remaining now. We've got the zone sitting at a nice, solid 400 meters at the moment. Most of the teams have made their way on up, but there come more shots coming straight on through. Razor trying to put them in, and all by himself is doing a pretty decent job.
Yeah, I mean, Rabbit, fantastic shooting there. Beautiful blocks that he got, but of course, down he goes as well. Ted Bundy stepping up again. 5 teams now remaining for this round. Let's see how this will unfold. As you can see, the players there off in the distance. Not Gaming taking quite a bit of damage, of course, getting caught out in that blue zone. Now we've got 45 seconds on the clock until the next rotation. So waiting to see where this one's going to go. Jag, of course, are getting thirsted, and will run as the last remaining player for the Not Gaming team here. So, well, let's see if the odds are in his favor. Will he be able to get in one piece? Still 4 opposing teams just up ahead of them. And of course, you can see the players there from Active Gaming putting several shots in towards the central side of that zone. Ooh, God Gaming just up ahead of Mr. Ron here. Ooh, they're mobilizing. Oh, is Jelly going to get the knock? No! Oh, I wish that like Jelly would have run someone over. That would have been hilarious. But of course, Ted Bundy also putting up some fantastic shooting here today. Active Gaming already sitting on 9 kills for this round.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see them get some more because they certainly have been quite active, true to their name. But some shots now coming straight through the smoke in towards Ted. He's got to be careful here. A couple of surrounding teams trying to get that crossfire going. 5 teams remaining down. Ted Bundy goes, and now his teammate Gad needs to put the healing in there, try and get him back up. Otherwise, it's the end. And the thirst comes straight through. And now Gad sitting in a really bad spot, especially now that they know where he is. He might just be in a little bit of a pickle, and we'll see if they can take him out. The Elite Gaming squad looking really, really thick right now.
Yeah, now they're also putting up a pretty good fight here today. They're already sitting on 8 kills, and of course now they're closing in on the God Gaming team just up ahead of them, managing to find one of those hit markers. Nemesis, of course, being the one that got hit in the process. And Ron is still holding up very close to that blue zone, but of course now blue zone is forcing all these players forward. So let's see. Will we see some more of those shots? There we go. The players from Elite are starting to put in some more shots. Ooh. Oh, down goes Ice. So many hits just coming in from all over. But of course, Nakandi moving up for a little bit of support. 4 teams remaining. That, of course, being the players from Elite. We've got Active. We've got the players coming in from God Gaming. And then, of course, our last hopeful way off in the corner there from Not Gaming.
Yeah, we'll see if Ron can do anything. Oh, no chance for poor old Ron. We'll see if Gad can do any better for Active Gaming. Otherwise, it's going to be God versus Elite. At this stage, we're going to be fighting up a slight incline with a very minimal cover, and with the zone moving in, also very little room to maneuver. So this is certainly going to be an interesting finish, at least.
Yeah, no, 100%. So we'll see. Well, who's going to get the clutch? Because as we've seen before, you know that one of these stragglers can cause quite a bit of damage, and we had some beautiful clutches in before as well. So, well, hoping for the best for Gad, seeing if you could potentially maybe get one of those clutches going. The players here from God Gaming just holding up on the edge of that zone. Not a crazy shift for this phase, but of course now the mollies coming in as well, just adding to the mix. And Elite still on 3 players, but of course typical getting knocked out in the process. There we go. Gad actually now stepping it up, putting a beautiful hit into one of the players just off in the distance. Let's see, will he be able to find another hit? Who is definitely fishing for those hit markers. Yeah.
He could certainly change the course of the game as well, but he might just have to be careful because they know exactly where he is now. His positioning is just 100% known to both teams at least. So he's going to have to be careful because if any nades get tossed his way, it might just be the end for him, but we'll see. They might not have any in pocket, or they're just waiting to stash it out for the rest of them because, of course, God and Elite, they've got the numbers and they're just going to need to try and work it to their favor. You can see Typical making a quick rotate to try and get in towards the zone, get some space, put the covering fire down. Gad now on the move, trying to get in towards the zone, but he might not be long for the world as he's taking quite a bit of damage.
I mean, so many hits coming in, and of course now everyone just trying to squeeze in. God Gaming still to come into zone, so this might be the opportunity that the players from Elite and of course Active have been waiting for, to have the team there from God Gaming forced in. But of course down goes Active Gaming. 2 teams now in play, this of course being Elite and God Gaming. Ooh, down goes Nemesis. Yeah, this is definitely heating up.
Yeah, now we are finally left with our 2 teams. 2 players on the one, 3 on the other, and both of them actually a pretty decent kill count at this point. But Elite, having put some serious numbers in, they're going to be looking to try and win this one out, and they might just have gotten the ticket here as that blue zone coming in and making things quite difficult here, using the car for cover. We'll see if Pablo and the rest of the crew, if Jelly is going to be able to help out and maybe put some hits in, because they're under some serious pressure right now.
Yeah, well, Candy just spots Jelly. Now let's see, will Jelly take the engagement? Of course, we've got Pablo stepping up, trying to get those hits in. He lands them in on Candy, but the blue zone now closing in, putting them in a very tricky position. Let's see, will they be able to make it up, get into positioning and land those finishing blows on the players there from Elite. be a bit of a tall order, but we'll find out how that goes. Of course, now the vehicle getting blown up in the process. Pablo and Jelly closing in bit by bit. We got Vipex and, well, Mr. Typical just up ahead there. So let's see. Slowly but surely, everyone just trying to find their way on up. Oh, Apex now just popping up onto the Apex off the rock there. That was my Vipex. Sorry, Apex, Vipex, same thing. Ooh, there we go. Pablo getting hit. So everything I'm riding on Jelly, and it is done. Elite FX coming in with the chicken. And of course, alongside that, they finish it off with 12 kills to their name. So well done, well played. God Gaming coming in second place, finishing off with 8 kills. We got Active finishing up in third place with 9 kills. Then the team there from Not Gaming with 1 kill in fourth place. We got the players from RDX finishing up in fifth place. We got the team there from 300 with 3 kills in sixth place. We got the team from Sabaweli finishing their play off with 6 kills as well. Then of course the Sabaweli Kittens coming in 8th place, finishing their play off with 7 kills. Then we got the players from the Intimidators in 9th place. We got Unsullied Army finishing up in 10th place. We got the Young Thundercats up in 11th place. The players from Force 4 in 12th place with 2 kills. We got the team there from, I think this is Genesis, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Genesis finishing in 13th. And then, of course, the players down in 14th place, getting sent back into the lobby, that being the team from Insidious Gaming. So a pretty tough start there for the teams across the board. But, of course, that is how it's pretty much been across all 4 lobbies that we got running here today. So from this point on, the teams are going to be moving up, and, well, the top placing teams will then, of course, have qualified for our best of 3 that is yet to come. So without much further ado, we're going to head into a quick break, and then we'll, of course, be right back with you guys once we have the match underway. So don't go anywhere.
Around your soul with no control, you can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I'll run, I'll hide. Darkness always clouds my mind. I look behind, it's moving closer every time. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. Around your soul
It's another day, eyes on my display. You say we need a change, and I feel that you mean it. You mean it. But you're so right, we're losing track of time, buying things online, and it's not like we need them. We don't need them. So can we just slow down? The only thing I'll do is lay here next to you. We need to slow down. Embrace the love we found. For you and I are safe and sound. And we just slow down. For you and I are safe and We were on the run, rocking around the clock. Now all we need is right here in front of us. In front of us. So can we just slow down? The only thing I'll do is lay here next to you. We need to slow down. Embrace the love we found. For you and I are safe and sound.
did you find a way to run from the city of the sun? You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Alive can't put me in a box. I redefine any definition you got. I am the tiger, I'm making steps to the top. The flames, I whip it up, you just gotta hand me the rock. Take a seat, you cannot stand it. All I know, the flow harder than a scotch bunny. Don't try study me, you cannot manage. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
just calling to say I
I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
I'm just calling to say I say
They was sleeping, they was snooze on me. I was dreaming about what food to eat. Why they sleeping, why they snoozed on me? I was seizing opportunity. Now they don't know what to do with me. I keep going hard like I'm in puberty. Rebellions in my blood, there ain't no ruling me. Coming for the top, this is a mutiny. Hey, you buy my shit, I want percentage. Yeah. Put you in your mind like fuck your dentist. Yeah. You never had a chance like an abortion. Broken. You don't wanna play with me, this forfeit. Shit. Took it to a place they never thought he could. Now the lone wolf is hounding up in Bollywood. Now I got some confidence, they call me cocky. Put your fucking tiger in the eye, I feel like Rocky. I am untouchable. I cannot fuck with you. I do not follow rules. Makes me uncomfortable. I got all this passion and desire. Force my path with the fire. Never passive, I acquire till I'm crashing your empire. They was sleeping, they was snooze on me. I was dreaming about what food to eat. Why they sleeping, why they snoozed on me? I was seizing opportunity. Now they don't know what to do with me. I keep going hard like I'm in puberty. Rebellions in my blood, there ain't no ruling me. Coming for the top, this is a mutiny. Don't know what to do with me.
You made a mistake, underestimating what you've taken on. I'm out of the cage, 'cause you opened the door. You're as innocent as gold. 'Cause if you're falling for me, just be one. 'Cause I don't think you're ready for it. I'm not the one
Dame toda la noche, no nos queda mucho tiempo más. No quiero perder lo que queda. Seguimos siempre la pasión y confiamos solo en el amor. Yeah. No quiero perder lo que queda. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad hasta que me convierta en rayos. Y más allá. A través.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. All right, so we are getting ready to move into our first round for the finals here today. And of course, that match is going to be straight in the Erangel map. So, Batchy, we saw an interesting match in the previous round. Nothing too crazy happening just yet. So, hopefully, we see a little bit more of that coming through in the upcoming 3 rounds that we've got. We've got a few teams, of course, moving into that as well. So we've got the Royal Demo X team, we've got Elite FX, God Gaming, Active Gaming, Not Gaming, a lot of gaming.
That's a lot of gaming.
We got Agent Esports, I can't read the rest of the name.
Probably
Black
gaming.
Clover. Say again?
Probably just gaming.
No, it's P something. It's cut off, I can't see.
Probably says gaming.
I don't know, maybe. So then we've got Black Clover, we've got Pain Cyborg, we've got the players from Tenacity, we got Phoenix Madagascar, we've got FXA Gangster Gang, we got Fear, we got XO Redefined, we got the SAR Rebels, we got 7 Deadly Sins, we got Rain from Hell, Tika Bomb, Greedy for Kills, Ultra 6, and then of course XO2. So yeah, interesting lineup that we've got coming.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more activity. We'll see some, some early engagements. Maybe a little bit more, hard work in terms of getting up towards those points to see who's gonna, put them on. Because of course, getting into the finals, so we got the best teams from all 4 of our groups, and well, of course, they have the chance now to put the points on the board for that overall leaderboard and work their way up. So hopefully they'll be hungry for those kills. I want to see it, man. I'm ready. I'm so ready for the action, dude. It just needs to happen.
So here we have the prize pool the players are playing for. And of course, as clever as I am, I forgot to unmute it. So there we are. So as I was mentioning, that is, of course, what they're playing for. And the big prize is, of course, getting that opportunity to compete in our promotion relegation stage against the bottom placing 8 teams coming in from the Umzansi side. So definitely going to be quite interesting to see what the players are going to be doing with that. And of course, as we were mentioning over in the schedule side, we've got our final map 1, which is the one that we're about to jump into. Then of course, we got final map 2 and map 3. So there you can see the estimated timings that we've got in for those rounds. So yeah, now that I've unmuted everything, everyone can hear us. And of course, we're going to jump up into the match, seeing that it is kicked off, so we can jump in and see where that flight path is going to be taking us.
Well, yeehaw, that looks like a fun flight path for the teams.
Yeah, no, definitely does. A fairly decent flight path. I mean, I can't say anything bad about that flight path. It's a very good one. Cuts through the map fairly decently, allowing quite a bit of access to all those nice little good spots all across the map. So yeah, I'm curious to see where the team is going to be moving up into, and then of course where we're going to see our first zone.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to wait and see. For the moment, of course, those teams will just be dropping on there. Nothing too crazy. As I said, pretty decent flight path. They're going to be able to drop pretty much wherever they want. So it is going to be it is going to be interesting to see where exactly they all go. But I think what's going to be more interesting, like you mentioned, is probably going to be that zone. And I'm hoping that the zone is interesting enough that the teams will then, decide to, get a move on with things, start to do stuff. I think they've gotten their warm-up game. The group match is done. Now we're heading into finals match 1, and I just want them to sort of kick it into high gear from the get-go. I want them to start doing stuff across the map. We've got 20 teams here, so, there's a little bit more occupational across the board. So hopefully we'll see these teams maybe start to pick some fights, try and get some early kills in, put themselves up. I mean, we saw some decent kills in that group match that we watched. Ooh, look at the zone. Okay, all right. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, no, it is definitely going to be a super interesting one. That far southwesterly zone. Yeah, I definitely think that's going to be super, super interesting. And of course, as you can see, we've got several teams very, very close together. So Pachinki is looking super interesting. And then, of course, we got the players situated over here. That being the team from Fear. We've got the players there from Active Gaming, as well as the team there from Agent Esports something. Blank. Them. But let's jump up here to 7 Deadly Sins and see what they've got cooking for us over in Pachinki. Ooh, all right, so let's try and get up into that little bit of a mess that we've got up in the northern portion of Pachinki here. As you can see, Thor and his friend. It's not Floki or Loki, so we'll see who we have to battle it out with Thor, and of course whether or not they'll be able to strike down Thunder and Fear on the opponents up ahead of them.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what they can do. Of course, we've got only one team, Spars of 6, sitting up there and towards the sort of middle of the zone. Well, they're pretty much the only one down there and towards the south west. Pretty much free spot for them. Everyone else is pretty much everywhere else. Up to the north, of course, George looking pretty crowded, and then off towards the east, we've got the majority of the teams. So hopefully that's where we'll start to see a lot of the fights breaking out. So. And then, of course, hopefully we'll see some rotations move in towards the middle of that zone, which is pretty much unoccupied at the current moment. Oh, and we also have we've got the mountain in play as well.
Yeah, no, that's definitely going to make things super, super interesting. But of course, I'm liking the clumping that I'm seeing here with the teams. All I'm hoping for, though, is that we see those engagements coming through from them. Because, I mean, Georgia Paul is looking pretty hot. Pachinki and surrounding areas looking pretty hot. And then, of course, here's Naya also not looking too bad either. So, yeah, just waiting to see what the teams are going to be doing, whether or not they're going to make any use of the current positioning that they have here, and, what will come from that.
Yeah, we'll wait and have a look and see exactly what happens. For the moment, of course, the team's just setting themselves up, getting ready to go, getting all ready for stuff to happen. We already have somebody just going yeet, and we also have a couple of shots going forward. So this is a pretty good start at least. Hopefully we see the fights continue right up here in Pachinki.
Yeah, and this yeeting, of course, happening right over here with the team there from Fear, slowly but surely pushing up on the players there from Agent Blank. Let's see how this one goes. That was almost done. Ooh. Wow. All right, so the players here from Agent actually only have one player remaining. This is Zero. And he's not playing hero at all today. You can see him all the way off there by his lonesome, just holding up. But let's jump back into Pachinki and see what is going down between the players here from the 7 Deadly Sins and, of course, the Pain Cyborg team.
Yeah. Seems to be a couple of shots going across the map, which is good. And we've got some early movements. Not Gaming Squad also taking some shots towards SAR up there and towards George. So that's pretty good. And we've got some teams moving up a little bit into that zone area. So starting to occupy a little bit of that space. I'm interested to see if anyone heads up towards that aforementioned mountain there. Although I don't think we'll see that stay in zone for too long. Maybe we will if the zone goes north, because it really took a hard shift south on that first zone, and we've got a lot of water up there in towards the south. So a lot of reduced space, which is great. I mean, I want to see these teams fighting at it from the get-go, and that's a pretty good way to start things out.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what it is that they're going to be doing. But of course, now Fear continuing to put the shots in. Ooh, man, I'm loving what I'm seeing coming in here from the Fear team. Some great plays, actually, as the players there from Active Gaming now actually rotated up in towards their position as well. So this is what we want to see. You can see all the players from Fear now just moving in to their positions, trying to get into the best possible spot to take these engagements.
Yeah, which is pretty good to see. We'll see if they can make that engagement happen. Hulk prepping some grenades to toss on over there, getting ready for that fight, which will inevitably take place here. We'll see who can get those hits in first, because, of course, if they can make it happen, they'll get themselves some nice kills. They'll get themselves a step up as well. We'll start seeing those teams moving on out, which is great. We do have a couple of teams that haven't moved up yet. That blue zone is slowly making its way on in. Although it's not going to do that much damage, so don't have to mind it too much. But hopefully we do see the teams be at least a little bit quick in terms of those rotations, just so that they can get in nice and clean, and we can see some good clean gameplay.
Ooh. Well, speaking about nice and quick, up comes the team from Fear, just pushing straight on up over here to Active Gaming. So they're not wasting any time, stepping it up right off the bat. Ooh, a few free-fire hits now coming in there, but of course you can see in the kill feed several more hits continuing all over the place. The teams are not just going head-to-head, but a beautiful shot coming in from Fear. Up comes Active and actually puts another hit in. Lens now rolling up as well. Ooh, this is about to go down. Both the remaining players here from Fear now just trying to move in. You can see Nee, of course, now trying to get that res in on his teammate, but of course down he goes as well. So everything is now riding on Lens. We've got some beautiful shots coming in there from, I think it was from 7 Deadly Sins, where we actually saw that third-party hit coming in from.
Yeah, so they're definitely in a bit of a difficult spot, but this is exactly what we wanted. Some nice shots coming through, some nice fights happening super early. There goes Nee actually around the corner just in time, try and survive. And, well, Active Gaming just sitting here, actually retreating out of the building, moving all the way around for the assault, and they're not ready for it. In go the shots. Nee hits the ground again, gonna get thirsted as well. Now Lens, very low on HP, has a lot to contend with. Very little HP to do it with, but he instantly peeks out, gets some hits in towards our boy Bundy. But can he get the next few hits that he needs? Because of course there's still Gad to contend with.
Yeah, no, it is. It's proving to be a little bit of a challenge here for the players. You can see, of course, oh, up they come, putting in Gad, just doing some fantastic shooting there, putting the hits in, and of course we had a few other fights also happening on the map, but we still have a few players in the blue zone, so not yet rolling up in towards that zone, but of course, you know, we've got the players still holding up here in Pachinki. So this, of course, being the players there from the 7 Deadly Sins, as well as the players there from Pain Cyborg. So they're still sitting on their full squad, all 3 players still alive. Waiting to see whether or not they're going to try and push up over towards 7 Deadly Sins and take that engagement.
And we also get a very nice zone rotation off down towards the southwest once again, which is quite interesting because that means our friends from Spars are there, going to be sitting pretty happily in that spot down there, pretty much uncontested. And everyone else is going to have to rotate on in, and also we still have that water in play, which means the zone is also, of course, reduced that much more, which is really, really good. So we're going to see some more fights start to happen quite soon along with these rotates.
Yeah, I mean, the players, as you mentioned, sitting all the way down in that southern side. Ultra 6, man, they've got it pretty comfy there. We haven't seen anyone else challenge them over in Promos just yet, but of course that is surely to change once these players start getting those rotations sorted and start moving up in towards the zone. But of course it is also getting pretty tight right here on the edge of the zone, as we see so many teams now starting to rush in. Of course, we're just patiently waiting for those shots. This, of course, being the players there from Rain from Hell. So let's see. Will there be any rain coming down on anyone from anywhere?
Well, tune into the next episode to find out.
Yes, thank you so much for watching, guys. See you in the next one.
Yeah.
Imagine.
That would be funny.
Yeah,
that would be funny. Imagine if we just segmented like every match into like little episodes.
Yeah, that would be funny. Or every piece of engagement that we've got cooking. Like, and we're jumping over to 7 Deadly Sins. Find out what happens next in the next installment of Down Goes the Player there, of course. From, XO2. Yep, well, the answer is dead. That is what happened. 18 teams, 60 players. I don't think, was that the whole team? No. Alright, so there's still 2 of them left. They're pushing up just past Quarry now. But yeah, slowly but surely, everyone's heading in. We're seeing those engagements actually coming through now. So I'm hoping to see several more of that as the zone, of course, is just creeping slowly over towards that southwestern corner of the map. You know, seeing that circles are full of corners. That's exactly where they are going. Yeah.
I mean, circles technically are full of corners if you think about it. You know, if you zoom close enough into a circle, it's just like a really lots and lots of corners, just chained together, lots of small corners. But in any case, speaking of chaining together, we're going to be chaining together some shots here from Black Clover. Trying to put them in towards RDX, and they're actually going to be hitting quite a few of those shots.
Yeah, Titan putting up a pretty good fight here. But of course, you know, those circles that you were talking about, it all depends on who drew them.
I mean, if you scale it down to a molecular level, you know, it's lots of corners there.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to look that hard. But of course, let's see what is going to happen here to the RDX players. They are now just waiting for Titan to roll on up. 2 players knocked, 2 players up and fighting, getting some thirst in across the board. Ooh! British just getting a beautiful knock there, running someone over, but of course getting taken out by Active Gaming in the process. Oh, that's sad though. But I mean, well done for running someone over. That's always fun to miss.
Oh yeah.
Seeing that we couldn't get into that. But oh yeah.
Ah well, Sun's going to be shifting up once again. We've got our friend Jinx here on the screen, looking to put some hits in. Everyone else going to be chiming in as well, which is good to see. Those rotations obviously have to come through as that zone has shifted towards the west, and now the shots are certainly flying a whole lot more. And actually, we've got a team squashed up here. Of course, as you can see, Black Clovers and RDX squashed up against the coastline, and well, they have no choice but to either rotate across through the blue or jump into the water.
Yeah, well, let's see. Will Titan try and clutch it out? His final potential play, and of course several more hits going down in that kill feed. So head after head. Let's see who will get it, who will clutch it out. Man, it's going to be a close one. Ooh, there goes Titan, sends off the first one. I don't know where he sent it though. Okay, cool. So it seems like it's close to Crash. Not close enough though. Ooh.
Well, in comes the blue zone. And yeah, this is going to be fun times. Into the drink you must go, unless you could conceive driving all the way around, which it looks like he wants to do. Titan trying to manage it, Chris trying to put the hits in, but they are most likely going to have to jump into the drink. In the meantime, of course, a lot of shots coming through, a lot of kills coming through, and Nico as well going to be hitting the ground, Nishal as well. So we've got a lot of fighting happening down towards the southern portion of the zone right now.
Yeah, no, quite a lot of fighting. Just look at the zone. So much action all across the board. It is lighting up on that edge there. The players, of course, coming in, putting those hits in, that being the XO redefined team. So many more shots now going off right here as well. There we go. That is what we want to see. And, of course, some strange graphic effects coming in to the works. Let's see, will Mr. Clutch be able to clutch it out? No, down he goes. Oh, man. The whole team getting finished off right there. So we are down to 14 teams. And, of course, now the players you see creeping up right behind us here, that being the players there from, well, Not Gaming. They might actually get the jump up on the teams here. You know, God Gaming might take a little bit of a surprise attack.
Well, we will certainly wait and see if that is indeed the case. Of course, they are up and on their way to cash in on some of those kills. We'll see if they can find them at the moment. Yeah, well, that's happening as well. 14 teams, we've got 37 players. We've got our zone sitting there about to close on in once again, get nice and small. Mid-game, ahoy, and so are the kills. Yeehaw.
Yes, sir. Ooh, it's going down in Quarry. That is what we like to see. The shots are just coming in from all directions. You can see 7 Deadly Sins now going up against Pain Cyborg. I don't think there's any pills for that kind of pain though.
Right. Well, zone is shifted up, so speaking of pain, the blue zone will be offering quite a bit of pain now before it starts to move in. Some grenades being tossed as well. Some shots coming through. We'll see if our boys from 7DS can make it happen as well, trying to dodge around through the rocks just against the edge here. Lots of teams still need to make their way on up into that zone. We've got 14 teams now, so very, very close to our top 10. Of course, you could see everyone trying to move on up, but hopefully some more fights start to happen with those rotations. They're going to be coming in pretty soon, I suspect.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what's going to happen. A few seconds left on the clock. And up comes the blue zone, closing in very, very slowly. But of course, now the teams are having it to move up in towards the zone. But of course, you can see the players here from Ultra 6 about to go up against the team just up ahead. This, of course, being the players there from Phoenix, Madagascar. So let's see, will they be able to make a successful rush into that zone? Pulling up the handbrake pretty close though, over towards the side here. Up comes Ultra 6 moving in bit by bit. They're going to find the hits. Ooh, they're coming up with a few flanks now. Rain also starting to put a few hits in as well.
Yeah, everyone's going to be chiming in pretty soon. Everyone's getting nice and closer and closer as that blue zone is moving up. And here comes the shots from Winchester trying to find Dopey, but he hits the ground in the nick of time. The rest of his team is there to support as well, so Winchester's got to be careful. He's running up the crest of the hill. The smokes are getting popped as well for a nice safe retreat, which it looks like they will be able to do so. A little bit of an engagement there, but nothing crazy just yet. Hopefully they continue to put those shots on across because, well, if they want to move, they're going to have to expose themselves. Of course, that blue zone is still a little bit away, but they have to start thinking about that. So we'll see if any one of these teams is going to be winning out this fight. You can see them sort of rearranging. In the meantime, Argus going to be putting those Bison shots right on in as well as the teams start to congregate, getting closer and closer. Hopefully, we see some more of them hitting the deck and, well, hitting the lobby as well.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone are trying to move in, and Tika Bomb here on the move. The last remaining player for the team, of course, being Rabs. And, well, just up ahead, we have those players from the XO Redefined. So let's see, will Rabs get hit by them? The chances are pretty good, of course, depending on their positioning behind him. But so far, so good for Rabs, making a successful rotation throughout the zone. But now he's rolling up over towards Not Gaming. Yeah, there's not a lot of options, though. I mean,
yeah.
There's
I mean, he can stop where he
definitely...
is right now, but whether there's cover or not is a different question. Looks like he has stopped just a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, there's not very much options to work with at this stage. Pretty much everything is occupied, and with the blue zone moving in once again, things are just going to become that much more difficult. Zone heads all the way towards the east there, favoring two of the teams which we have already sitting inside there, which I cannot see. I'm trying to zoom in there. We've got TNC and someone else.
that's Phoenix. It's not TNC, it's FNC.
I'm pretty sure that's his T.
Which side are you zooming towards? Into the central part.
Yeah.
Right here where we are now. Yeah. Actually, I heard Western Edge.
Oh.
But yeah, we have got the players right up on the screen, as you can see. This, of course, being the players from Tenacity / TNC, as Patchy would call it. And then, of course, right next to them, we got the players there from our Pain Cyborg. And then, of course, we've got some company coming in from the north here. The players there from Rain from Hell, moving up in towards that zone as well, just coming in to the edge. Silent on his way as well for the players there from God Gaming. So let's see, will he be able to make his move in?
We'll have a look and see.
Yeah.
He's certainly on his way up. So is Zero as well. Some shots coming in. King and British also going to be hitting the floor. Dimos getting taken out as well. Thirsted immediately. So a nice big fight happening up there. Silent also moving on up close by. So we've got a couple of shots now going through. Our 12 remaining teams certainly going to be dropping those numbers pretty quickly. Now 0 going to be taken out as he tries to rotate on up. So that's one straggler down, although we have a couple more stragglers remaining. Titan and Silent being 2 of those. We'll see if they can survive for the time being. Dopey now going down as some shots coming through as well. Things are getting really, really difficult now, thankfully.
Yeah, Lukey now just coming in there with the clutch, just saving his team from the assault. Of course, some fantastic shooting coming in. And of course, now everyone slowly but surely trying to improve their position as everyone is now just rolling up into the zone, trying to get out of the way of the blue zone, which you can see is closing in bit by bit. Right up on the hill, we've got the players here from Ultra 6, keeping a very watchful eye there on Phoenix, Madagascar. So let's see. Will they be able to get any of that? But of course, we also have a double drop. Wow.
Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, you see that. Another shot from Dark Ghost are coming in, putting those hits into Rock, who will hit the deck, and Pyrus going to be soon to follow as Silent is now battling his way up in towards the zone, trying to make his way in past, but Rain from Hell and the rest of the crew is there to stop him from making that happen. Anish as well, not gaming now, trying to put the hits in as well as that zone moves down towards the south and things get so much more difficult. We're left with 9 teams and those grenades are just absolutely flying as well. Things are becoming absolutely minuscule. We've got 200-meter zone. Let's get it.
Yeah, no, it is definitely getting super spicy, as you can see. Of course, now everyone just battling it out back and forth. A lot of exchanges taking place here, and that zone having shifted up once again, heading in towards the southern side of the current zone. I think it's going to be quite a bit of a challenge here. We don't really see anyone sitting in that zone just yet. So everyone needs to try and move, and of course, as you can see, it is quite the exposed piece of land that it is, where the zone might actually finish up.
Yeah, we'll see. Definitely going to be difficult. Exposed is the name of the game, and here come the shots. Rock and Anish going to be hitting the floor. Goodbye. 7 teams remaining, and well, no one's really secured inside that zone just yet. So it is still a little bit up for grabs, and those 2 drops are there to provide a little bit of cover. Now some Molly's going to be flying and some Gren's going to be flying as well to really change the landscape of the game. August now trying to move on up and zoom on in, but really things just absolutely impossible at this stage. The crosshairs are trained in every direction, and now we're left with our 5 teams to try and squeeze into this 200-meter zone.
Yeah, no, it is definitely super challenging. As you can see, everyone are just trying to get in, but of course, as we mentioned, this is quite the exposed piece of land. Not a lot of hard cover to utilize, and you can see the shots, of course, now just flying up in all directions. The players there from Ultra 6 taking damage. We got the team there from Not Gaming, of course, now also putting in quite a few hits. Somehow, the team from Pain Cyborg managed to sneak into zone without getting hit. And of course now, well, we see several more hits getting shot right over towards the team there from Tenacity. Titan still alive, still holding on, just on the edge of zone.
Yeah, just barely along that edge there, trying to survive. We'll see if he can make it happen. It's definitely not going to be easy, especially with all these teams surrounding him. But it's certainly not impossible. We've seen some lone wolves do some pretty big things in game before, which definitely not out of the question at the moment. So let's have a look and see what he can do.
Yeah, and we've got a few shots now also getting fired here from the players Not Gaming, putting those shots in. Jagger keeping a very watchful eye on the players there from Ultra 6 off in the distance. So slowly but surely, things are closing in bit by bit. So just a few zones ago, the players here from Not Gaming were sitting on a full squad on the edge. And now, of course, they've been taken down to just 2. That, of course, being Jagger and Ron. And, well, we'll see what this next zone is going to bring us. The shots now start flying across over towards Titan. I don't think any of them hit the spot just yet. But, of course, the second try is the name. Oh, the hits keep going. Titan is about to get knocked out, and for some reason he chooses to remain prone all the way through. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's That's what happens when you're getting shot at and you decide to just push forward. The bullets they start coming and they don't stop coming.
Yeah. Back to the front, and they hit the ground running.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We'll see if any of the rest of the teams can hit the ground running at the moment. The smoke is they're being popped all across the board as a lot of teams are now squished up super close, just trying to put the hits in, trying to find the marks. But it's a couple of hay bales that are stopping the shots, but Dopey's going to find them in towards Outcast, and now Tenacity is going to be losing their players.
Yeah, the players here from Ultra 6 putting up a pretty good show as well. Some hits, you can see them now just lighting up that kill feed. But of course, now Mullins getting hit by Azriel. Tenacity gets sent on off into the lobby. So now we've got Not Gaming, the players from Pain Cyborg, and of course the team here from Ultra 6. Those are our final 3 teams. And of course now Dopey just rushing in, putting the shot straight in to the Pain Cyborg. But of course, Pain Cyborg staying true to their name, causing a little bit of pain here to the Ultra 6 team. 7 players remaining. Azriel, of course, getting knocked out in the little bit of a skirmish that we had. So let's see whether or not Katara will be able to clutch it out.
Yeah, we'll see if they can break out the water bending.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Definitely find out. Oh no! Down they go!
Yeah, looks like we didn't have to wait for the next episode because those grenades have certainly made it happen, and the shots coming through as well. Not Gaming standing on their last legs here. Katara also a little bit backed into a corner, and well, there we go. The Molotov going to finish the rest of that off. And now it's just Not Gaming versus Ultra 6, and right now, Ultra 6 looking ultra stacked with all of their numbers here.
You know, they're really, really looking good. So let's see. Who do you think is going to clutch it? Is it going to be Not Gaming or is it going to be Ultra? I mean, whichever team you say, I'll go for the opposite. Let's see who's right.
I mean, I think Not Gaming certainly has the potential to make it happen.
Well, no. Down they go. So the players there from Ultra 6 coming in with a beautiful play, finishing it off with 13 kills. Not Gaming, wow, also a pretty amazing play. They finished off with 9 kills. Then we got the players here coming in from Pain Cyborg in 3rd place with 4 kills. We got Tenacity in 4th place with 6 kills. We got the players there from Black Clover with 2 in 5th place. We got the team there, Phoenix Madagascar, with 4 kills in 6th place. And of course, Rain from Hell with 1 in 7th. We got one of the XO teams there with 4 kills in 8th place. I actually think this might be... Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. It's one of them. There's 2 teams with the same tag, so I can't really say. But of course, now Tickabomb finishing off in 9th place with 4 kills. We got Jelly and Company there from God Gaming in 2nd with 2 kills. In 10th place, 7 Deadly Sins finishing up with 3 kills in 11th. The players there from Agent Blank something in 12th place with 1 kill. I'm saying something because I don't know what the full name is, but there we go. Another XO team coming in with 2 kills in 13th place. Then of course RDX in 14th with 3 kills. We got the players coming in there from UAE Clutch and Company. They're from. We need to know this. That's why I'm trying to say the names as correctly as I possibly humanly can. Oh, that is Greedy for Kills. There we go. So Greedy for Kills finishing in 15th place. We got Active Gaming in 16th place with 6 kills. There we go. So the Rebels finishing up in 17th place. The players there from the Gangster Gang in 18th. Fear finishing with 5 kills in 19th. And then of course Elite going out in 20th place with 1 kill. So there we go. There we have it. Those are our standings for that first match. And of course, we've got yet another one coming up after this. So
oh yeah.
Yeah,
and
actually
then after that as well.
Yeah. So after seeing the teams already go at it for this round, what are you expecting to potentially see in our next round?
Well, I think that the teams that we saw get to the top here, that of course being Ultra 6 and Not Gaming specifically, I think those are 2 teams that we've seen do pretty well in the past. I think they definitely have the potential to do that again. I'm not going to say 100% it's going to be them because we have seen, you know, a lot of up and down and just, you know, it's never 100%, but I think they'll definitely be able to give us at least a good performance moving forward, regardless.
Well, let's see how it goes. We'll wait until the next round to see how accurate accurate that is. But of course, without much further ado, here we go and see you guys back in a few.
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. My siblings are perfect and I wish I were the same. Making bad decisions, it should be my middle name. I love playing with fire, it's my favorite. Watch me burn my whole house down, not feel a thing. One look in the mirror, don't like what I find. I know that somewhere in there there's a good guy, but he runs away at midnight. I'm sorry that I stole your car. Ain't got those tattoos on my arms that don't mean shit to me. Maybe you should pull the alarm, so I don't take it way too far. Die before I'm 23. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom.
Well, this is what happens when I'm out of my medicine. There's collateral damage. I gotta go.
I'm sorry that I stole your car. Ain't got those tattoos on my arms that don't mean shit to me. Maybe you should pull the alarm, so I don't take it way too far. Die before I'm 23. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom.
I like you, but it's not okay. Whatever, can I walk away? Oh yeah. Can still see your face, so tell me what to do, 'cause I can't find a way. Baby, please just tell me if I'm, tell me if I'm, tell me if I'm fine. Tell me if I'm, tell me if I'm, tell me if I'm. Baby, please just tell me if I'm fine. Just tell me if I'm fine. chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the monsoon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Cause you got me holding. And I'll be running, possessed by a low, low voodoo. Fired up like a wolf on a full moon. And we stuck in a la la land. The tides will turn without us. And I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Cause you got me holding. Play me like a bass guitar. Simmer down and mash me up. Tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Drive me around in your red Ford. Shivers down my spinal cord. Cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding.
You can knock me down, but I'll find a way. She said you don't know. She said you don't know. Eyes wide, tongue tied, midnight. You can say all that you want, but you and I were meant for this. You know, sometimes we hide behind this illusion that we're done. Oh, please see that you're wrong in this. I don't fall in love 'cause I'm here tonight. I don't wanna say it, but it just feels right. I took the pills just to pass the time. I wanna stay at the back of your mind. We've seen it all before, and don't get me wrong, but I'm done with these games. But I'll hold on to faith. You and I are stuck on this. I can't seem to let us go. It's not too late. left to go and let it breathe, but I'll be waiting here, you see. I don't know if everything will be alright. Sometimes you gotta let go, 'cause I gotta let you go.
Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Right, so we are about to get into our second match. So yeah, well, actually, let's see what's gonna happen in this coming match, whether or not you know, the teams are gonna step it up and you know, go a little bit crazy. Hopefully, you know.
We will see.
Never opposed to that at all. But of course, you know, let's have a quick look at that schedule once again. All right, so as you can see there, lovely schedule. We've got our second match about to get started, and then of course we've got our final map about to come up, and of course the teams are playing it for our lovely prize pool at stake here. So the team that finishes off in first place at the end with the final standings for the day will earn themselves $45. The team in second place on $30. Third and fourth place, both teams of course getting $15. So yeah, really not a bad thing. And as you can see, that the players are just busy moving their way about, getting everything ready. So we're just waiting to see where this flight path is going to be taking us. So anything that you're expecting for this one here, Patch? Well, I know I've been asking you this question quite a lot now.
Yeah.
I just realized that. So well, what does one more time do? You know, I don't think it's going to hit that much.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I'll say it again.
So-
I just want fights, man. I want fights.
Yeah, well, I was actually for this one, I know it sounded exactly the same as the previous 27,000 times I asked the question, but like, so what are you expecting for flight path? Oh, okay, never mind. There we go. There we
Well,
have
I'm
it.
expecting a very southern flight path that's going from about Lipovka to sort of the western portion of that military.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you know? Gee, I'm an absolute psychic, as you could see.
Wow.
I'm just, yeah. What can I say? My predictions are just spot on every time.
2000 IQ play right there.
Yeah.
Patchy being OP AF as usual. So we're gonna see where the teams are gonna be dropping down into, and of course then we're gonna be waiting to see where that zone will be taking us. So I'm hoping that we see a little bit of a southern zone coming in here, because it's actually been quite a while since we last saw a southern zone.
Yeah. Let's get it. I'm always down for a southern zone. Let's get it. Military island finish would be even better, especially considering most players don't really go there, and usually we only seen one or two teams head in that direction. So it would be pretty good for competition, but it looks like we're actually going to see a whole lot more teams starting to jump out here towards the base. Whether they're actually going to hit the base or not is a whole different question, but it seems like they're headed down, you know, in that general vicinity, at least maybe heading for Ferry Pier and Primorsk, as well as Quarry and Gatka. But yeah, I'm waiting for that zone. Maybe we get a southern one. Cross your fingers. Let's have a look.
Well, we might have a little bit of action already unfolding over in that Lipovka area. But of course, that zone... Ooh, it is a southern zone. Yeah. 5 points to DK for that one. And of course, just a reminder of the flight path, I guess. That's what we're looking at. Thanks, flight path, for refreshing our memory on that one. But of course, as you can see, we've got some shots now already going down. That is what we like. Yeah. The hits coming in. Ooh, the Rebels going actually up against the players there from the Elites. Let's see if we can find them on the map. Ooh, they're not too far away from here. But I don't think we're going to make it in time, because everyone's just shooting the schnitz out of everyone else. And of course, we've got the players here from XO. Ooh, 7 Deadly Sins putting some shots in towards the players there as well. So a lot of hits actually with this round. What an aggressive start.
Very nice. Very nice. I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, look at all these teams on the military island. Look at all these teams just bunched up together, putting the hits in. Very, very nice indeed. And hopefully we see some serious fighting happening right off the bat. Just quell the numbers a little bit and then move on up.
Yeah, I mean, but this is already a pretty good start. So many teams putting in those hits. I mean, we on 20 teams, 74 players. So I think we're in with a pretty good start here. The teams are already kicking that aggression off right off the bat. And then of course we got some players right here, pretty close and cozy, holding up in. Ooh, here we go. There we go. So the Bane Cyborgs now coming under fire. Beautiful shots coming in here as well. That is what we want to see, the action across the board. Now it's, of course, coming in from the Greedy for Kills team.
Well, let's see how greedy for kills they are. Hopefully they get a couple of those going. We definitely like that. Elite certainly trying their best. EXO taking quite a bit of damage there. I'm not too sure which one of those it is, but certainly a lot of it is happening. And actually, wow, Elite's really making their days very difficult. EXO going to be sent back to the lobby, or at least one of them.
Yeah, no, it's great to see the teams are just stepping it up, just, you know, engaging that beast mode. So much so that I don't even know, I can't even, oh, there we go, over in school. Ooh. All right, so Arsenal, sorry, I'm like, there's so much happening at the moment. Down he goes. Well played. So the Bane Cyborg not getting close to chicken position for this round. But of course, you know, getting hit in the process. So, yeah, pretty decent start. 18 teams remaining. I mean, that is impressive. I like what I'm seeing. You know, 3 teams, well, 2 teams and Tiger getting sent off into that lobby. So, yeah, decent start, decent zone. I'm expecting a lot from this match.
Yeah, I will certainly. I'm certainly on that boat. I'm expecting quite a bit from this match, especially considering we've just seen 2 teams already heading back to that lobby, and certainly not the last teams that will be heading back. And I'm actually quite curious to see where the next zone is going to go. Is it going to, you know, commit to the island, or is it actually going to stay maybe towards the western side? Because if it does that, then we're going to have both Primorsk and, of course, the west coast of the island in play, which will be very, very interesting to see. I'm quite keen to see how the teams would adapt to that particular scenario. But then, of course, for the moment, a lot of teams up in the northeast are going to have to move on down towards the island. I'm assuming a lot of them will head towards that bridge. So hopefully we'll see a little bit of fighting and maybe a bit of camping as well.
Yeah, well, we're seeing quite a bit of fighting on this end as well. So actually now Sosnovka is lighting up almost like it's Christmas for someone. You can see the players there from RDX also now coming in, the kill feed. So shots galore, action galore. What more could we want?
More shots and more action? I'm just, you know, just a suggestion.
You're funny, guy. You're funny. 7 Deadly Sins now also on the move. King already starting to put those shots right in towards Black Clover. Ooh, Macho coming up with a hit as well. So just like that, the players that have actually been trying to move in, the players here from Black Deadly Sins, that's a new mix.
Oh yeah.
I'm combining teams, okay? Okay. Yeah, we're seeing some great shots actually just flying up all over the place. Yeah, it's a new squad, didn't you know?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Here we go. That was what I want to see. I mean, greedy for kills. They actually getting hit super hard now by 7 Deadly Sins. They're now on the approach. Finds the hit on Adonis. And so the players here from Greedy for Kills actually down to their last player, which is Mr. Clutch. So let's see. Give us that action, Clutch. Clutch it out. No pressure.
Well, we'll have a look and see if that's going to happen. In the meantime, of course, Active Gaming going to be putting some hits in right across to the God squad. And, well, actually going to be sending them off to the lobby as well. So some more hits coming out, some nice fights happening, some teams getting sent back, and they're looking to just continue on that journey, putting players in those coffins, sending them back to the lobby. Lots of teams still need to make their way on in towards the zone. A lot of them up towards the northeast. Gonna have to move on down, and I think that bridge might just become quite a bit of a hotspot, especially if the zone heads a little bit more towards the south after this.
I mean, especially with the players here from Phoenix, Madagascar, they've got a pretty good position over here, close to that bridge, not entirely on the bridge itself. But let's see, are they going to try and rotate in? They might actually move in right behind the players here, up ahead of them. That being the squad there from RDX. So, yeah, they might actually find those hits. And as you mentioned, everyone's just, heading over towards that bridge bit by bit. So that might be a fairly interesting spot. A little bit of contention coming in there as well. Contention.
Yeah, well, contention as well. It's certainly going to come out. It's an important spot. It's a little bit of a bottleneck, and it can certainly give you those kills. If you sit there silent, going to be taken out in the meantime as well. Some shots just going right into his scope. He gets taken out. Now the teams are moving down straight on towards that bridge. They're going to be looking to potentially get the rotate on, because of course if that zone does go towards the south, it's going to be Military Island for you, and either you go across the bridge or you take a nice big swim, which I want to do right now because it is very hot and my brain is essentially melting.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll see some more cop shots coming out. Yeah, you sounded just like a Dutchman right there.
What can I say?
That was funny. Well done. Well played. GG, Patchy.
I tried.
All right, so it's actually starting to heat up a little bit here. The zone not shifting all the way over to either side, but in fact, still leaving us with a little bit of a interesting thing here. I don't know what Argus is shooting at. Oh, I think his teammate is actually AFK. Deimos. Well, that's one thing to do, you know. Ooh, look at Mr. What's his face here? Shylock, a distant cousin of Sherlock. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, but just a little bit more shy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not an exact body starter, but either way.
But he can still solve your case.
Yeah. You know, that's all you need.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I don't know what we're talking about even, but yes. So we still have a few teams actually out in the blue zone. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, they thought it was a little bit of water, so they went for a swim because it's so hot, but they didn't realize that the blue zone is in fact not just water, it is a storm, and it takes your life points. Yeah,
I mean, a little splash of reality there. So let's see what is about to go down. As the players here from Elite, well, Typical is typically just holding up in this little shack, not moving up too much. And yes, before anyone complains, it is cringe. That is how I like it.
This is how we roll. It's DK's fault.
Yeah. Cringe upon cringe, and then a light little side order of some cringe on top of that. But speaking of cringe, this bridge is very far from it.
All right. Yeah. All right. That wasn't your worst segue ever. So you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. We've got a lot of teams moving down in that direction. We've still got a little bit of mainland in play as well. So the teams don't necessarily have to rotate, but they're all expecting the southern shift. And so, yeah, like you said, that bridge is definitely in contention right now. Everyone's trying to move across it, trying to get a little bit of presence there, because of course, as soon as the team's trying to move across there, it's going to be some shots put right in, and down they'll go. So they have to be super careful about how they get these rotates in, especially considering the island is mostly nice and open. We've got a couple of teams just situated across the way, but most of them just concentrated up towards this eastern bridge.
Yeah, well, Zero trying to be a hero there, not getting the hits in just yet. But of course now, Typical has rolled up as well. You can see the shots just, nipping at his heels as he's trying to find the appropriate position to move up into. I mean, it's quite daring. Just driving about in this open field with so many players in the surrounding area, just popping off those hits. But so far, so good for him. And of course, the players here from Agent something still holding their position. The team here from EXO now making that rush across over on to the island. And we're not really seeing anyone sitting in center zone for this round.
Yeah. All right, so let's have a look and see what is going on right here, right now. We've still got tons of teams trying to move across, and a lot of them trying to maybe just head towards the coast, maybe go for a swim, or potentially just see if they have to go for a swim or not, because of course that blue zone is moving on up, and soon we will see if it's going to go to the north or south. If it goes to the north, it's going to be quite a funny one, and certainly there's the potential, but no, it is going to head down towards our military base. So the suspicions of these teams were correct. In fact, they will be having to head down in towards our military base. But that does mean that this eastern side is still going to be quite a bit of a hotspot. A lot of shots going to be going in this direction.
Yeah. And we see some more hits coming in that kill feed as well. So let's see how this last remaining player will make it for the Greedy for Kills team. They were so greedy, they only managed to get 5 kills for this round, which of course is nothing really to scoff at, but well, yeah. Ooh, what's this? Look at this western side. Everyone just chilling out here in the drink.
Yeah, it's a party.
Yeah. So Ultra 6 and the players here from the Rebels, everyone now just moving up bit by bit. Yeah, trying to scale the cliffs. It could sometimes be a little bit problematic. It's not the most ideal position to be in, especially not now that the blue zone is closing in. Yeah. I think they pulled up the handbrake on the boat there a little bit early. Just maybe.
Yeah.
Just maybe.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Ooh. But we got some bridge camping going on. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Zeus.
Bring out the Brian Tongs. We're camping today, boys. Let's go.
Oh, there we go. Zeus steps it up. Pops the hits in. Of course, there's more teams on the opposite end. And there goes the rest of the squad just flying. Oh, that's typical. Oh. Wow. You're seeing so many hits. I mean, that was actually a pretty decent play, though. Typical now just trolling under the bridge. Trying to smoke it up. Trying to get everything done and ready and dusted. Ooh, down he goes. No. Of course, being found out, and lobby it is. Candy is the last hopeful. Of course, blue zone in play. Zero just up ahead. So we got a little bit of a water race happening here. And they're off.
Let's see who gets to the shore first. Elite Candy going to be doing some nice breaststroke there, pushing up, going to hit the ground first, and there we go. Finds his footing and gets the shots in. Very nice. What a race indeed. Gold medal goes to Candy, but is it going to be enough? Still sitting in the blue zone, has to get up, and there's a lot of teams ahead.
Yeah, and we're seeing some pretty great shots coming in there from Tenacity as well. We missed the fight, but yeah, just saw them lighting up that kill feed. And of course, we got the players here from EXO also fairly close to another opposing team, that being Ticker Bomb, just off to their north. So slowly but surely, these teams are getting closer and closer. And of course, right here in the middle of it, ooh, Krish actually lighting himself and his teammate up. Ooh, tried the drop shot and of course got dropped right into the lobby. So well done, well played, but the fights are not done yet. 7 Deadly Sins now starting to close on in. Everyone just moving up onto this position. So let's see who will be able to clutch it out. That, of course, being the players there from Seven Deadly Sins and Rain from Hell. Going head to head right here in the Sosnovka military base.
Oh yeah. What
Ooh,
a
ticker bomb.
way. Ticker bomb. As opposed to any other kind of bomb. The silent sort of bomb, which does not in fact tick. These guys are out here. They're a ticking time bomb, and well, we'll see. See what happens on that front. We'll see if they get any kills in. They're going to have to move down in towards that military base, which is going to be the place of the final zone. In the meantime, of course, speaking of zone, blue zone going to be doing its damage candy, making once again a dash in to see if he can win the race. We'll see if that can certainly happen. Dashing as fast as possible. Zeus maybe potentially looking in that direction. The rest of the teams looking to get in towards that military base. 12 teams are all going to have to squeeze on up into the zone, and it's not likely to happen.
Ooh, there we go. So the players from Ultra 6 putting those hits in towards the team there from RDX. So well done, well played. 11 teams now on the board. And right up ahead of them, of course, as you can see, we've got the players there from Tenacity just trying to make their way on up in towards that military base. So it's good to see the teams now starting to roll on up, getting closer and closer to squeezing in. I mean, this zone is looking fairly decent with the amount of teams they've got left. Pretty decent positioning as well. Not too crazily packed, but I mean, you know, they are close enough. They are close enough. So let's see. Let's see. Ooh, where's those hits about to come from? Seven Deadly Sins still just hanging around just outside the compound where we see the players here. Ooh, Ticker Bomb actually now starting to take that engagement up in the north. So let's jump up to this Ticker Bomb and the players there from XO. That being the players from the XO Redefined team. Ooh, the hits coming in from Ghost. There we go.
Pew pew.
Yeah, you have surpassed me with the cringe today, Pache.
Yeah. You just blame it on the heat, having like fried my brain like scrambled eggs. At this stage, you know, I'm just trying to stay focused on exactly what's happening, and what's happening is, of course, as you mentioned, Ticker Bomb taking a couple of fights here and being pretty successful at that. In the meantime, of course, we've got a couple of teams moving up from the south, and two teams sitting in the center there, Rain from Hell and the 7DS guys, those oaks over there. They're chilling in there. And, well, we've got 11 teams remaining. One more knock for a team, and there it goes. Out, done and dusted. Rain Gaming says goodbye. And we have our top 10 teams sitting up here in our 800-meter zone.
Yeah, Rain from Hell, not Rain Gaming. Two different teams, Pache.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the one's from Hell and the other one's just a gaming team.
Yeah. There we go. But of course, as you mentioned, 10 teams remaining, 29 players left. And of course, we're seeing a few more shots here on the edge. I'm trying to get up into that fight, but it's not letting me. Well done, though. Oh, there we go. We just missed out on that one. That, of course, was from the FXA Gangster Gang putting the shots in. Ticker Bomb now still holding up on the edge here. As you can see, that zone now moving up over towards that northwestern side of the map. So let's see, will the rebels get challenged for their position holding up in the C buildings? In C block.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Damn.
We'll see. At the moment, we've got 3 teams towards the south. They got to move on up. We've got 3 teams towards the east. They got to move on up into the zone. Then, of course, we've got Ticker Bomb up in the north who needs to move in. 7DS, 7 Deadly Sins, and of course SAR sitting up there already inside the zone, which is of course 400 meters. 9 teams, 27 players remaining. Let's see who's going to be the next to go out. Let's roll the dice.
Yeah, we'll find out soon enough. As you can see, oh, those hits coming in. 7 Deadly Sins a little bit exposed. Oh, Mr. Raji taking a little bit too long to find those hits, but of course now Ticker Bomb taking quite a bit of fire here on the edge. They're trying to move in. 2 players remaining for the Ticker Bomb team. So, yeah, let's see. Will they be able to clutch it out?
We will see. They're definitely making their way in, looking to get in towards that zone, but they have quite a number of teams ahead who are already fighting one another, so maybe there's a potential for some third parties, but it won't matter if they're getting hit. certainly they are getting hit from behind as teams making their way on up, trying to put some third-party shots in all across the board. We're having such a fight right up ahead. Can Take a Bomb contend with all this chaos that's happening before them?
Now, quite a few shots, so let's see. Will FX A Gangster Gang make it in securely? Everyone are just rushing in, trying to find their spot. But of course, so many hits taking place all over the place here. As you can see, Tenacity just trying to survive. So many players left, still 21 players in the zone. It is absolutely minute, not a lot of space whatsoever. But of course, the shots keep going in. 7 Deadly Sins moves in, cleans house, but of course taking a few more hits in the process.
Yeah, that is the name of the game. You try and get some hits, you get hit instead, and well, you just try and take a little bit less hits than your opponent so far. We'll see if that's the case. 7 Deadly Sins trying to move on up in the meantime. Dopey gonna get taken out as all the numbers being reduced bit by bit from each and every team here. Mullins now, the rest of the crew just trying to stay alive here on the edge of the zone, and well, it's going to zoom on down in towards the south as well, so things are going to get even tighter here. Those shots just absolutely flying at the moment.
Yeah, no, it is quite spicy. As you can see, a lot of players trying to find their place. Of course, the players here from Black Clover down to 1 player once again, but the shots are continuing to fly. It's not stopping just yet as the Rebels try their approach into that zone, trying to land a few hits over towards the 7 Deadly Sins team.
Now we'll see if they can make it happen. Definitely right now, 7 Deadly Sins are making their approach along with SAR. We'll see if they can get across the line in towards the zone. Black Clover, TNC, we've got even Fear just looking in towards that zone, looking to maybe put some shots in. 7 Deadly Sins have the number, though. They can make it happen if they swarm around and just take Black Clover out and potentially a couple of other shots in towards other teams in the surrounding area. We'll see. We've got 6 teams remaining and 17 players left alive here who have to fight it out for that ultimate chicken.
Ooh. Okay, so the Rebels down to 2. It is Nico and Reki. So many shots. Come on, Tenacity keeping a very watchful eye here on them. I'm curious to see whether or not Tenacity will be able to find any of those hits, but the nades are now just getting flung all over the place. Oh man. Black Clover still on their last player. Fear now just putting those hits in. 7 Deadly Sins taking quite a bit of damage. But Deco, of course, just there. Ooh. Come on, come on. Oh man, it's so close. It's so close. Come on, get you good. I don't know what
long range. Yeah, I was actually about to ask you, what did you even say? There was like another language entirely. You're speaking some alien stuff over here. But yeah, well, in the meantime, we've got a battle happening here towards the silos. Some shots flying left, right, and center. We've got 5 teams remaining. That, of course, being TNC Fear, South African Rebels, 7 Deadly Sins, and Luki there from Ultra 6. And now we'll see if anyone can find a couple more shots. You can see those smokes are getting popped to try and hide, try and obscure that vision, try and just keep themselves away for the shots just for the time being, but that won't stop the shots. The smoke doesn't block them. So, of course, you've got to be careful with that. Of course, Fear and the 7 Deadly Sins battling across the silos. We've got TNC and the South African Rebels sitting up here towards these crates. We'll see if they can put those shots in there. Definitely tossing those grenades back and forth. So far, hasn't found anything just yet, but they will be getting closer and closer as time moves on.
Yeah, some crazy hits now. 5 teams remaining. Ooh, Luki just putting the hits in. Tenacity just holding up ahead. Ah, man, it's great to see these shots just going in, you know. And we've mentioned this numerous times, you know, the solo players can really mix it up. Really throw a bit of a spanner in the works, per se, for the teams. So, let's see, will Luki be able to continue that and get some more hits going? Tenacity just lying in wait. Oh, I think Luki is going to get hit. Yes! Ah, down he goes.
Yeah,
Tenacity.
Luki just got get. He just gets got to get hit.
Yeah, that one. There we go, Patchy. Thank you just blanked out the DK brain. Well done.
Yeah. Yeah. This is how we do.
Yeah. Okay, I'm starting to feel what you're saying about this heat. It is getting a bit mind-numbing at the current moment. Sorry guys, if the cast seems a bit strange today, yeah. The ones who are in the region, you'd understand. Today is a pretty hot day.
Like, I'm actually going to swim after this. It's too hot. I don't care how late it is.
Well, we'll have to wait for the teams to finish it up first, though, because well, we got 4 teams left, 12 players remaining. The players there from Seven Deadly Sins. Deadly Seven Sins. Yeah, that's a new one. Still left on all 4 players.
They're really on the ball today.
So it's looking pretty good actually for them, though. But now the Rebels are down to Reki. He is the last hopeful. So let's see whether or not we'll be able to match it out. Yes, he gets a beautiful hit in on Tenacity. Ooh, there we go. Yes. Oh, taking hits off the side. 7 Deadly Sins coming in with that M4. Funny enough, M4 shooting with the M4, getting those hits going. Yeah, well done. Well played. Thor now quickly trying to tend to the wounded here. As you can see, the players from Fear right next to them. And of course, that blue zone closing in 45 seconds time. 2 teams remaining. So it is now Tenacity going up against the 7 Deadly Sins. And Jojo is now, well, it's looking a bit sketchy. He's got almost no health left.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be difficult. So the question now that we are being asked is, can T's and C's apply and make it happen? Or is it going to be the Sedley Dins that really get the job done? We're about to find out here as that zone getting ever smaller. The healing's coming in for the T's and C's. And we'll see if they can make it happen here. It's going to be a battle to find out who's going to be eating well tonight, who's going to be popping that chicken. We'll see momentarily.
Yes, sir, we shall indeed. Of course, now 7 Deadly Sins, M4. Ooh, 6 players, so that means there's 3 players aside. Ooh, those hits coming in from Jojo. Not landing any of those, but definitely not no reason not to try and push in. But of course, here they come. Oh, down goes King. We got Thor and M4 still left. Ooh, well, make that M4. Let's see, will M4 be able to clutch it out? Quite a lot of wounded players scattered across the battlefield here. That blue zone, of course, now closing in, and he lands the finishing blow. Well done. Well played. And the 7 Deadly Sins come in with a beautiful finish and 20 kills to their name. Good gracious. Goodness gracious me. I wanted to say something else, but whatever. Tenacity finishing up in second place with 10 kills. We got the players there from Fear finishing their play on 3 kills in 3rd place. The Rebels with 6 kills in 4th place. And of course, we got the players there coming in from Ultra 6 with 2 kills in 5th. We've got the Black Clovers in 6th place. FXA finishing with 5 in 7th place. Tika Bomb with 1 in 8th place. We've got the Elite team finishing up with 6 kills in 9th place. One of the XO teams there with 2 kills in 10th place. We got Rain from Hell with 1 kill in 11th. We've got RDX with 2 in 12th place. And of course the players from Agent, yeah, just call them Agent, with 1 kill in 13th place. And of course we got the team coming in from, I think this was one of those funny names. One of them funny names. Them funny names. Yeah, I'll find it now. I'm just be trying to track it down.
Don't worry.
Yeah, no stress, no pressure. The next match is also about to start almost, so, you know. The Greedy for Kills team, there we go. Greedy for Kills finishing it off with 5 kills. We got the players there from Active Gaming in 15th place. We got the team from Phoenix, Madagascar in 16th place. We got the players from God Gaming with 1 kill in 17th. We got Not Gaming in 18th. Then of course we got the players there from Bane Cyborg in 19th place. The other EXO team in 20th place. And then of course Tiger a little bit late to the lobby there. But of course still making it into the match. So there we go. There we have it. That was our 2nd match of the day. We got 1 more left to go. And yeah, let's hope for the best. And we'll see you guys back in a short few minutes. Here we go.
Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. I wanna taste your content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption, breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Just wanna be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Counting like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
through the archives. I seen a picture of you looking like a star shines. And you bright, 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 bright. Like the lights on a fight night, night. Love hit me like a mic, mic, mic. You know I'ma get it right, right, right. So stay with me. Run away with me. Need like a dope fiend, need dope. Need like a coke fiend, need coke. Even though your heart cold, ski slope. I really hope the song bringing me close.
a trail and I'm losing your mind and I'm losing your head. Let me escape from this unlove, cause I'm a prisoner. I just want to look my way and never back to you. Ooh, I'm not a bubble. Let me be myself. I'm not a bubble. Let me be myself. Let me be myself. Let me be myself. Let me be myself. I'm not a bubble. Let me be myself. I'm not a bubble. Let me be myself.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. All right, we're getting into our final match of the day. You can see Patchy is so excited because his swimming pool session is creeping closer and closer. It's just
I've already been for a swim. You could see by the hair.
Oh yeah,
I've been for a swim
yeah,
already.
Yeah, you did disappear for a few seconds there. Well, a few minutes rather. But anyway, guys, so we are heading up into our final round, and of course, well, yeah, you've seen as we were going through the little bit of an intermission we were having there that, of course, the teams are battling it out for their lovely little prize. This, of course, being that which we are speaking of. As you can see, well, the team that places in first place for today, you know, $45 up for grabs. Second place is $30, and third and fourth place earning themselves $15. And then, of course, if you guys haven't already seen the messages in the chat, the well, the registrations for the African Summer Call of Duty All-Stars, yeah, All-Stars are live. So the registration links down below in the description. Be sure to check it out. Get your COD Mobile teams registered for that. Also, your COD Mobile, well, your COD Warfare, right? Call of Duty Warfare, Cold War. Here we go, Cold War. Yeah, so it's there's $2,000 up for grabs on that, $1,000 a piece. And Patchy keeps on laughing because my brain is now fried because he keeps on talking about the heat and he went for a splash. So, yeah, welcome back though, Patchy. But
Thanks. Yeah. It was a good swim.
yeah, well, there we go. So you kind of did what we saw the players doing in the previous round, taking a little bit of a swim over to that Sosnovka military island.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I was doing a
I'm
little bit of
curious to-
recreation.
I'm
Yeah,
curious to
recreational
see.
roleplay.
Yeah. Procreation is always a good thing.
No, that's later. That's not now. Moving on swiftly.
Well, anyway, so yeah, I'm curious to see what the teams are going to be doing in this round, where the zone's going to be taking us, and of course where that flight path will be going from. So yeah, it should start momentarily. We are about to head on over to said plane in a few seconds time, so we might as well just hop on in and see what's cooking.
Yeah, let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready for spaghetti. Let's find our flight path, see where these teams are going to be going for the final time. We'll see exactly where this last clash is going to take place. Here's the flight paths, military base all the way to Severny. So yeah, it's going to be pretty easy on the teams once again. But of course, the zone is going to be the real telltale sign of exactly what we're going to be seeing here.
Yeah, no, 100%. Of course, you know, they've got quite a bit of access to several interesting positions across the map. So we're waiting to see where it is they're going to be dropping down to. And then, of course, you know, where that zone is going to be coming in, how it's going to be affecting the teams and where those rotations are going to be going. So I'm not going to make a prediction for the zone for this round because I did it the previous one and I was 100% accurate.
Yeah, just like my flight path predictions, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes. But of course, let us know in the chat who you guys are here to support. Who are you rooting for? And then, of course, you can also interact with us on, well, other social media platforms. You can hit us up on the Not Doing Gaming Africa Instagram, as well as the Twitter. Don't forget the tag or the hashtags. Yeah, just go crazy. Let us know. Let us know. And then, of course, which of these teams would you like to see in Umzansi? That's a question we haven't asked yet.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a good question. Maybe we'll save that for next time for us to answer. But yeah, for you guys in chat, definitely that's something that I would be interested to hear. You can head onto the social medias there, see who's going to be your favorite team to head up in towards Umzansi. But of course, now we're going to see who's going to be heading up in towards the lobby, because already we've looking like we're having some potential fights. Nice.
Yeah, and it's pretty difficult to choose which one we're going to. Are we going to go to Sosnovka? Well, it seems like the players there from Elite might be rotating away from the team. I think that is, of course, the players there from Pain Cyborg. Yes, it is, in fact, the players from Pain Cyborg. So we've got a little bit of a showdown, hopefully about to go down right here in the military base, between the Black Clovers and the players here. This, of course, being the players there from Greedy for Kills. So let's see. Are they going to step it up and get more than 5 kills for this round? Or are they going to get less? Or maybe they'll get 5. We don't know. We'll find out soon enough. But there's definitely four kills up for grabs.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. We'll see if they can pick them up nice and early. It would be pretty good to see because, you know, early fights are always a bonus. So we'll see if that happens. Lots of teams up towards the north, actually, of the zone itself. A lot of them crowded around sort of the George Ruins area. There's quite a lot of teams hovering around in that position. We've got a number of teams already inside the zone, which is going to be pretty good for them. School also pretty crowded at the moment. Some teams scattered across the land. We've got Ultra 6 sitting down there towards Moss. Get some hits coming in from Black Clover, which there somewhere
on screen.
Oh. All right, yeah, here we go.
Whoopsie, busted Batchy on that one.
I was looking at my phone, all right? You can't judge me.
Well, here we go. So the players there, Greedy for Kills, now getting pushed by the Black Clovers on screen, as you can see over here in the Sosnovka military base. So now let's see whether or not they'll be able to push this one all the way through. Adonis, Clutch, and Romeo definitely going at it. But of course, we see a few more hits coming in there from Elite in the kill feed. Oh, Adonis steps out, down he goes. Romeo, the last hopeful, gets a quick thirst in. But of course, now the remainder of the squad there from Black Clovers now just rushing in, and down goes Greedy for Kills. They were greedy and got sent back into that lobby. But of course, a lot of action already happening on this map, as you can see by the kill feed already. So, wow, I just said already a lot already. But let's jump up to the top already and see what we got cooking here already. Oh, Raji! Putting some hits in. Right over towards the players there from Not Gaming. So, oh, Raji, Mr. Raji, he's already trying to move up. Bit by bit.
Already putting those hits in and already moving on up to pick his teams up. Also, I'd like to mention that when I say I was on my phone, I meant on the game. That's on my phone that I'm spectating. I'm not like actually texting people while I'm working, just in case you're wondering. Like, you know, I'm actually doing my job here. Just putting that out there. Yeah, just gonna make that clear.
Seeing that it is PUBG Mobile, you know, so it makes sense. Yeah.
Cool. All right, just know that out the way.
I'm pretty sure everyone was expecting exactly that. You know, there was no
confusion.
Yeah. I mean,
I just I just had to make sure.
Ooh. Yeah, Jagger now trying to move up. He's definitely on his phone, moving up bit by bit, getting closer here to the rebels. So let's see, will he be able to get that bounce in? The remainder of the squad, of course, now Zeus I don't know where he's at. He's just thundering around. I almost, when I was about to talk, I was about to mention Mr. Barky over there, here. I almost called him Bobby. And then when I realized what I was about to say, I just kind of stopped. So yeah, but Barky, of course, he was the one that got knocked out. He is now all back to full health, pretty much, kind of 75%, but not looking too great. Oh, too bad. Nah. We got Jagger just hiding behind the tree, and I'm gonna let you do the casting now for a little bit while I try and regain my brain.
Yeah, well, while DK picks up the pieces of his shattered sanity, we're going to be having a look and seeing what's going on here on the screen. You can see your boy Jaeger just chilling around from the Not Gaming squad, making sure he's picking up his pieces of equipment. That's going to be setting himself up in good stead for the rest of the battles that are sure to come his way. Most of the teams sitting pretty comfy inside the zone at the moment, with nothing much to worry about for the time being, though, depending on whether the zone goes north or south, and that might change. Of course, up here on your map, you can see we've got a couple of teams sitting up there towards sort of school and Rozhok area. We've got quite a number of teams there just in that surrounding area, but no one is just all up in each other's grill just yet. They're getting themselves set up, making sure everything's good to go before they start putting those hits in, but I certainly hope it happens soon. We've got 16 teams on the board currently, 58 players remaining. We've got Zeus looking in the direction of the SAR team just across the way. Some grenades being tossed in their direction, and actually a little bit of aggression coming out as well, and some shots coming through. Zeus having to retreat quick as lightning, going to be jumping out and jumping into some houses to try and get away from Mr. Raji, who is knocking on those doors along with the rest of the SA Rebels team. And I'm also assuming that DK has not continued to pick up the pieces of his brain completely just yet, so he's still busy with that. And in the meantime, we've got some shots from Mr. Raji going right on in. Sorry, taking quite a bit of damage there. He's going to go down, and Mr. Raji in turn taking a lot of damage from Zeus. Some shots going in. Twin's going to fall. Ron also going to fall. And that is the Not Gaming squad doing some serious damage there. They're doing a little bit of revives as well. Jaeger trying to push on up. That blue zone has come into play as well, so things are pretty difficult here. We'll see if the Not Gaming squad can put up a fight against SAR here, who are trying to put the shots in. Barky goes down, so, well, he's going to be chilling not for much longer. The blue zone doing quite a bit of damage as well, and well, you know, that's what we expect at this stage. Certainly isn't good to go down, and there's Reki. Instant shot. What a brilliant jumping shot coming out from the team there. Very good stuff.
Yeah, they were definitely not gaming. They were just thirsting. So well done, well played. And of course, this bridge is now also starting to look a pretty bit spicy.
A pretty bit spicy.
Yeah, a pretty bit spicy.
Yeah, not an ugly bit spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brain's dead. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Well,
like it went on a holiday. All of a skillock now. So yeah. Let's see. You know, we got 15 teams in, 54 players still alive. We got Fear just up ahead, and it seems like they might be heading further towards the eastern side. You see Dixon here now trying to find that angle, but of course the players there from Fear, they just getting out of dodge, heading all the way off in towards the distance there, just appearing into the distance. And well, the players there from Seven Deadly Sins holding up in Pachinki. We got the players there from Rain from Hell over in Watertown. The team from Elite now slowly but surely closing in on Rozhok, so we might actually see a few shots coming in from this side.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. That zone shift has made things quite interesting. There's still a little bit of both sides in play. We've got the island and the mainland still in play. We've got teams moving on down from the north, coming in from the south as well. A few teams, for instance, Ultra 6 there and Promor's just going to be moving on up to meet the rest of their team sitting over in Ferry Pier. We've got T's and C's Apply moving in as well, very close to some other team that is, there we go, God Gaming sitting up there. As you could see, they're moving through, and actually Ultra 6 might be in for a little bit of a fight.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it, because I mean the players here are just heading straight on up towards them, the T's and C's, as you would say there, or tenacity as they are also known. So there we have the shots already now flying up from Mullinson's side, but they're moving straight over towards Lukey. So we saw a pretty decent play coming in from Lukey in the previous round. So let's see, will he be able to put some more hits in towards tenacity, as the whole squad are now just closing in on this position.
Yeah, they're moving on up, trying to put some hits in already. Mullen's going to open things up with a nice, quick knock there on Tenacity as they're moving on up, trying to get some things. And Yuki going to be the next one to answer. Can he find the hits? He finds quite a bit of damage, but runs out of bullets before he can finish the kill, which does mean that, well, he's not going to be able to find it just yet, but he is looking, moving up closely. Lukey running out of health. He's got to be careful here. It's a very difficult spot to be in. See if the rest of the team can manage. They are going to put the hits in. Lukey goes down. Mullins now trying to find an angle, but he is in the other building, so he's going to have to be very careful. He does find some shots in through the window, but, well, not going to find a knock either, so still just out of reach.
Yeah, a lot of shots actually now just flying up in all directions. So the players here from Ultra 6, they're down to their last 3, and of course now Dark Ghost coming up with a bit of a flank, trying to rotate up the side. Down goes Lukey. You can see the players there from Active Gaming also now exchanging a few hits there with the players from XO. So we're keeping a very watchful eye here, trying to see what is going to go down, as these two teams, of course, now are about to go head to head. I don't know if Ultra 6 is just trying to get the aim right. There we go. Yes. All right. All right, so up it goes. Sends it off. Oh, I almost thought that one backfired, but either way. Let's see, will Ultra 6 be able to clutch it out? Still a full squad there for Tenacity, and Ultra being taken down to 3 players. So we got Dopey, Mullins, and Dark Ghost going up against the players here from Tenacity. So let's see. Tenacity actually now getting ready to rotate up.
Yeah. Interesting decisions here, but I sort of like that tactical decision. It's like, yeah, we came in here, we met some resistance, we don't like how this is going, let's just leave. And, well, that's exactly what they do. They just leave, rotate on up into another position, and, well, they're going to set themselves up here. And they're inside the zone, so no problem in that regard. We've got 14 teams, all of them now moving in towards the zone, slotting in to what is pretty much about a kilometer and a half or a kilometer or so. So things not too bad here. Everyone's just going to be able to get their way on in. Nice explosions coming through as Dixon going to be putting some serious hits in. Ooh. And he's not playing around very much. He's just going to get the thirsts in as well and trying to capitalize on everything he gets given.
Yeah, there we go. Fear now just stepping it up. Oh, nice. So many hits just flying up all over the place. 3 teams, of course, now just battling it out right in front of us here, and the players here from God Gaming actually in a little bit of trouble. They only got 2 players, that of course being Nemesis and well, Silent. You see King just trying to strafe off a little bit in the side there. Ooh, the hits go in. Nemesis taking quite a few hits. Up comes Viper, down he goes. And then of course now Silent is also in the mix, not too far away. We have got 4 teams now battling it out. Holy PUBG.
Oh boy, yeah, no, we've got an absolutely crowded center of the zone here, which is not something we've seen all too often here in Inkosi, but it's very good to see. And now that this is when the fights really start to happen, the shots can seriously start to fly, and that's exactly what's happening right now. As you can see, moving on in and down they go. 7 Deadly Sins taking a little bit of damage, but ultimately will be able to wipe out some of their foes here in the beginning. But there's still tons of teams surrounding in the area. Silent now looking out the window, trying to put the shots across, and he will find them. M4 goes down, so this is just an absolute crossfire battle right now.
And then of course we've got the players here from Active Gaming just holding up on the reach right here behind them. So they've got their scopes trained on this position. They're just waiting to see whether or not they're going to try and push down, take that confrontation, or are they just going to try and hang around on the back here, trying to get those third-party shots in. We've got a few shots now coming up here from Silent, heading over towards the Active Gamers, and now the players here from the 7 Deadly Sins got all their players back up and healed and ready to go. But of course now there's a little bit of action about to go down right here, as well as the Black Clovers are closing in on Ticker Bomb right up ahead of them. This, of course, over at the Western Bridge. So let's see. Are we going to see any shots coming in there from Tickerbomb side? No, they are watching drops. Ooh, they're going to get a very unpleasant surprise. As the players here from Black Clover just roll on up, move on in. Oh,
Yeah.
ooh.
Rabs is gonna find himself in a pretty difficult situation in the Wizard Tower, but the shots coming into Black Clover immediately punished. Left, right, and center. These guys not playing around whatsoever. Tickerbomb just moving straight on up. Black Clover don't have a chance in heck of being able to come out on top of that one.
Yeah, that was a very weird one there, but well done nonetheless to the players there from Tickerbomb. Some fairly decent shots coming in, and Silent, of course, now still just picking off the players here from Seven Deadly Sins, just poking in, putting those shots in, and of course the players there from Elite actually now also putting in a little bit of damage up in the north. There we go. RDX now coming under quite a bit of fire here. Ooh, they're down to their last one. Neptune and Zero just battling it out. A 1v1. Let's see, will Zero or Neptune be able to clutch this one out? Ooh, Neptune is definitely in a little bit of trouble. But of course, Zero is not in zone just yet. And we've got that blue zone that's closing in as well. So I think this might be quite interesting to witness. You know, we've got 12 teams, 34 players left now. Elite getting hit there by the Seven Deadly Sins. I don't know if that was Gluttony or Greed or whichever one it was, but of course we'll find out soon enough. Maybe Rage, I don't know. But we'll see now. There we go, Zero trying to... Oh, he's taking the long flank around.
Actually, a pretty good decision.
Yeah, definitely not a bad one at all. Of course, now the players here from Tickerbomb trying to move up in towards zone as well, just circling around the teams. We got Active Gaming right up on this hill, and of course right on the edge there. We got the team also then from the FXA Gangster Gang. Terms and conditions just up ahead.
Oh no. Zero, what have you done? Why have you done this? He moved in, and instead of just being content with moving into the zone, he tries to push all the way on up. Why would you do this? I don't know, but he gets taken out, and now we're left our 10 teams remaining here. All of them moving up towards the zone, and now some shots going through, as we've got a couple of teams that do need to make their way across that line. Of course, one of them being Tickerbomb over here. Some shots coming in from Silent, putting them in. Things are not looking too easy here on this particular side of the zone.
Yeah, it's definitely quite a bit of a challenge here. I mean, Tickerbomb now trying to move in blue zone hard on their heels. And of course, we have the players here from the FXA Gangster Gang just waiting for them on the other side of the wall. Got a few shots now going off in all directions, but of course, they are rotating in, just using that zone to try and escape. Will it pay off? Several hits just flying up towards them. Ooh, Tenacity just up ahead of that. So it might be... Ooh! Yeah, no, Tenacity fights them. Ikram steps up and down he goes. Well done to Tenacity. No terms and conditions there, but straight shots and lobby it is. But of course now we've got the players here from FXA trying to find their way up in towards zone. Active Gamers just lying in wait in the zone, having shifted up once again. Now let's see. The hits are just flying over towards them from the Active Gaming team. So Mr. Zoom is, well, could potentially be the last hope, unless of course Ash gets that heal in on time.
We are about to see Zoom putting the hits in. He's going to find Cash. And in the meantime, of course, you can see right here, Seven Deadly Sins putting the hits in towards Rain. From Hell, Pyros is going to be going down. He might just be heading back in towards that aforementioned place if they keep getting assaulted right now. Not Gaming Squad putting the hits in, Seven Deadly Sins as well. Everyone's trying to find those shots. We're left with 9 teams, and those numbers are just falling one by one.
And of course, now the players here from Active Gaming tending to their wounded, getting everyone up and ready to play. 9 teams remaining, 25 players still left, and of course now up comes Typical there from the Elite FX team. That's a bit of a weird jump there. I think he jumped out, but of course he gets greeted there with a beautiful shot coming in from Kesh. So that's one way of getting sent back into the lobby. And of course FXA Zoom has not been sent back yet, but just fully utilizing that ghillie suit that he's got on. So far so good, but of course they still know that he's in the surrounding area here somewhere.
Yeah, Yeah, well, he is definitely somewhere. That's certainly we said. Zoom sneaking up with that ghillie suit. Maybe some hide and seek going on here, but he's going to find some hits instead. He doesn't want to just hide. He wants to find those kills, and he will find those kills. Cash is going to be taken down, but they're not exactly sure of his entire location. They are looking for him. Any call could have given his position away. They know he's there somewhere. But if they can find him, they might be able to take him out. But there they come. Zoom is going to be able to swing, but he's not in time, and down he goes. Cloud finds that headshot.
Yeah, beautifully done there. And of course, you know, that kind of was one of the final positions to look in, the one where they, you know, finally found him. But of course, now the players just up ahead there from Ultra, trying to find their way into that zone as well. And, well, Jagger there from Not Gaming just lying in wait. Blue zone forcing them forward. So let's see, are they going to try and outrun this blue zone, or are they going to, you know, just maybe stay behind? Sorry, also just bleeding out slowly but surely. But there we go. Jagger now on the roll in hot pursuit. Puts the hits across. Not doing enough damage just yet. But of course, beautiful retaliation coming in from Ultra 6 and sends him backing into that lobby. We are now left with 5 teams. And of course, Silent is still alive.
Yeah, he is still alive indeed, just trolling around inside this house, trying to keep a low profile, trying to see what's going on in the surrounding area, but he's still inside the zone as well, which is quite remarkable at this stage. 7 Deadly Sins in the surrounding area. They are looking for him. They are on the hunt, seeing if they can find him. In the meantime, of course, Outcast trying to put the hits across in towards Ultra 6, and down goes Silent. He's not going to be able to sneak around in that house for much longer. They do find him. 7 Deadly Sins puts the nail in his coffin, and now we've got our 4 teams remaining at the moment. He's just trying to make... Outcast is trying to make... well, the rest of, in fact, TNC is trying to make Ultra 6 get sent back. So they're in the process of doing so, very low on HP, and they might just be heading out next. Dark Ghost gonna get taken out. Mullins now just trying to fight for his life and for the team, and the rest of the teams remaining, we've got TNC, 7 Deadly Sins, and Rain from Hell are the 3 teams that have the most players at the moment.
Yeah, and the players here from Rain from Hell, they're actually making a pretty decent play, you know, managing to sneak up all the way almost into zone, going about nearly undetected. Of course, the players here from 7 Deadly Sins have spotted them, started putting those shots in. Of course, as you can see, Ultra 6 still down to their last player, but the hits are coming in from Tenacity as well as from the 7 Deadly Sins. There we go. M4 puts the hit in. 3 teams remaining in the lobby. We've got the Rain from Hell, we've got the 7 Deadly Sins, and of course Tenacity. So those are 3 teams now just going head to head, trying to battle it out, trying to find those hits, and of course trying to get that very sought after chicken. Tenacity already sitting on 10 kills.
Yeah, certainly showing quite the tenacity here in this match, and other shots coming through. Arcos does find M4. 7 Deadly Sins now trying to put the hits across Argus, trying to find them as well. We've got Argus being the last one from Rain from Hell. Actually, it's going to be 7 Deadly Sins and the Tenacity squad that are fighting it out for the most players. Up comes Argus. He's trying to fight for his life. He's trying to put the hits in, but it will not happen. His journey is going to be cut a little bit short, and now we've got our 2 teams remaining, 2 teams battling it out for that chicken. Is it going to be Tenacity, or is it going to be 7 Deadly Sins to find this one? Tenacity have a pretty decent angle here, but only the zone is going to be able to tell us exactly how this one's going to play out.
Yeah. Tenacity has a pretty good positioning in the zone, not going to lie, but we'll see, you know, whether or not that zone shift is going to move up in towards their favor, or will it go over towards the players here from 7 Deadly Sins? Because whichever way it goes, there's a very high chance that the team that has zone will get the chicken. A very high chance is not guaranteed, but I mean, we've seen it a few times that, you know, the chicken likes to favor the team that already has the zone. And of course, that at the moment is the 7 Deadly Sins. So the zone has shifted up. The players there from Tenacity need to try and find their way on in. It's only downhill from there for them. So let's see which approach they are going to try and take.
Yeah, that's going to be... I really hope they just rush on up. That's the best chance that I see for these guys right now. Just rushing on up in towards them and trying to get a quick assault going. I'm not too sure if they're going to be able to hold out in this forest much longer. They're taking a little bit of damage. The crosshairs are trained here from the 7 Deadly Sins. I think maybe if they all just try to get in super close, trying to wingle-wangle their way up in towards that compound, maybe they could make it happen. Instead, they are popping those smokes, trying to just edge on in towards that zone. But whether it's going to work out or not is a whole different question. We'll see if they can make it happen. You can see those HP bars now starting to get lower and lower on both sides. Things are going to be quite tight here, but both of these teams have a pretty decent chance each of making this happen.
Yeah, no, they've put up a pretty good performance all the way up to this point. So now we're just waiting to see how this, of course, then will be concluded. But down goes Outcast. So 4v4 for the battle of the finish here. We got Snake and company all just trying to find their way in. A beautiful shot coming in here as well. So now it is a 3v3 as both sides have knocked players. But of course now Thor puts a beautiful shot into it. Snake gets the thirst on Outcast. Ooh, down goes Snake. So
Yeah, I think this might be it.
Thor really hammering through there. So, well, Jojo and his teammate, I think it's Mama, or how do I pronounce this? Mame, whatever. And the other player, yeah.
Mamba. Yeah, it looks like Mamba. And certainly he is a snake because he's crawling here through the grass trying to look for the angle. And he finds one. Oh, they line up perfectly, but he can't find the second one. That would have been so big if he could find that. But now he's got to look at the bigger picture once again and see if there are any surrounding players that he could potentially find. There's another one, and he's going to find it as well. They do find the shots trying to go for the thirst, and they will be found as well. That's so important here. Mamba's really making this work for tenacity. And there goes Thor. So this is big. There's another shot. This might be doable here for tenacity.
And that all might come down to M4. Yes, he is the last hopeful, unless, of course, he can get this res in on King. And you can see the players there from tenacity just up ahead. Both the players still alive and kicking. Beautiful retaliation that we've seen. Beautiful push coming in there. I mean, I definitely thought they were caught up in a very, very tough position, you know.
Ooh.
But M4 just putting the work in. Jojo now the last hope. M4 and King are now going up against him. So let's see, will Jojo be able to clutch it? Of course, now that blue zone is about to close in, and I think that, yeah, Jojo is in zone. M4 and King really need to rotate up into a zone, so this could be exactly what he was waiting for. Oh, but they shoot the limbs. And down goes Jojo. No, Jojo. Well played, though, to the 7 deadly sins. King, Viper, Thor, and M4 just cleaning house, and of course coming in with 17 kills. Well done, well played. Tenacity finishing off their play with 12 kills. Well done. Rain game, see, now you did that, right? Rain from hell. There we go. Thanks, Patchy. In third place with 1 kill. The players there from Ultra 6 in 4th place with 3 kills. Then, of course, we got the team there from God Gaming finishing up their play. Oh, sorry, Ultra 6 finished. Yeah, okay, that was 3. God Gaming with 1 kill in 5th place. We got the team there from Not Gaming with 6 kills in 6th place. Active Gaming finishing their play with 7 kills in 7th place. There's a little trend going on here. FX, a gangster gang with 1 kill in 8th place. We got Elite. FX finishing up with 6 kills in 9th place. And of course, Tikabomb going out with 3 kills in 10th place. The players there from Agent finishing in 11th place. RDX with 1 kill in 12th place. We got the players from, well, the Black Clovers with 4 kills in 13th place. Fear finishing up in 14th. Did I say 13th place? 14th place? Whatever. There they are. XO coming in with 1 kill in 15th. The Rebels going out with 1 kill in 16th place. Then, of course, the players there from, I believe that is that Greedy for Kills team. Yes, Greedy for Kills in 17th place. And then the players from the Pain Cyborg finishing up in 18th place. So there we go. There we have it. My brain's fried. Well done to everyone. And of course, yeah, that brings us to the end of today. So be sure to check out the social media for the posting of the leaderboard. Because we don't have it. It should be out on social media pretty soon, or tomorrow, either or. But of course, whoever wins, well done. I have got no prediction of which team won, because I think it was a pretty tough matchup between the teams, in fact, across all 3 matches that we saw.
Yeah, that match at the end though, that was probably the closest one we had pretty much all today, because I mean that was super tight. That could have gone either way. It was like really had me going on that one. That was close, but yeah, well played to the teams. Good stuff. It's good to see the teams just continuing to work hard, progress, and you know, just get better and better. And yeah, once again, I'm curious to see what you guys think is who's going to be your favorite team to make it on up into Umzansi potentially. Who you think is going to make it on up there. I want to see. You can let us know on social media. You know, you can check us out there, Nodwin Game in Africa, all over the place. And also, you know, our socials are down there somewhere. And also, don't forget that the Call of Duty tournaments are happening. That's Call of Duty Mobile and, of course, Cold War as well. Although for the Cold War, I believe it's controller only, although it's PC and console. And for the COD Mobile, I'm not too sure what the rules are on that one. I think... DK knows a bit more about that, but yes, go sign up with your team and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's any rules for COD Mobile. Obviously, you need to play it on a mobile. Otherwise, it's not COD Mobile. But yeah, so definitely check out the link below. The registrations are open. It's, of course, kicking off on the 9th of December till the 20th of December. Yeah, we've got... it's going to be running from Wednesday to Sundays from 2 to 5 p.m. SAST, I believe. And yeah, $2,000 up for grabs, so $1,000 a title. So Cold War is $1,000.
Sounds like I need to sign up.
Yeah. Well, you can't.
Ah, darn it.
But yeah, get your registrations in, get in there, get signed up, and yeah, we look forward to seeing you guys in that portion. But of course, that is going to bring us to the end here for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed our lame casting here that we had going. It was super exciting. I know our brains are fried. Yeah, but we'll see you back on Friday when we get into Umzansi, so be sure not to miss out. And of course, keep an eye on social media. Yeah, and let us know, who do you think is going to make it into Umzansi? I mean, it's still early, but yeah, hit us up, let us know. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are. Okay, bye.
Bye, have a great time.